For the freak off for Coda.
No.
My boy's like, welcome to the club.
A lot of jokes fly, but I'm not starting that right away. That's a dangerous one. That's a hard one to come back from.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's hilarious. Abrupt stop. Welcome to the show, people. We're back again. We got the whole crew this time. We got freak off starting over there in Coda. But what we doing, bro? I know Diddy was acquitted, but he still got 2 charges left. You fronting for him to come back or what?
I do not associate with Diddy or this little joke you got going on currently.
I'm just saying, man. It's a lot of pink. I'm surprised you have a shirt on, honestly.
I do not associate. I do not associate with this man or this rhetoric he is spreading.
Oh man, rhetoric. My roommate pink.
Hey man, I'm just pink is a very welcoming, inviting color.
It is a welcoming color with that giant schlong you got near your face too. All right.
Hey, what's the first topic, bro?
All right, sorry. We're sorry. Welcome to the show, everybody. Glad you can make it. Glad you give us some time. CK, how you been?
Busy but good.
Coda?
I've been chilling, but good.
Did you change it to purple now?
No. It should be the same. I didn't change it.
Is that my eyes?
Yeah, it does kind of look purple.
Now it look pink.
I'm using a webcam.
Hey.
It's because it's a webcam. It's not my actual camera. So it's struggling right now to pick up the color because it's catching on to my skin color and it's changing it. But when I block it, it goes purple. See?
That's crazy. You ain't that dark. All right, guys.
Man, what is the first topic?
Sorry.
Can we get off me and let's go on this list we got over here?
All right. We got some topics today. Bro. They're all over the place. we got some movies to talk about. We're talking about let's see. I think we're doing 2 sports today. 2? Yeah, 2 sports. A lot of media stuff. The normal, the picks and the icks, and then what's on the grape train. So let's start with there's a lot of money floating around right now in sports the last couple weeks or whatnot. And sorry, I got nothing for you today. The UFC streaming rights being purchased by Paramount Global or CBS for $7.7 billion. Now, it's for 7 years, so it's $1.1 billion every single year. Do you guys know how much CBS or the actual parent company's Paramount Global, do you know how much they're worth?
No, but I know CBS is not doing too great. And
they're worth $6.1 billion, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe that.
Only 6. But they're paying 7. I don't know. And I tried looking into it a little bit because the deal says Paramount Global as the parent company of CBS, but it says the deal is between CBS getting the streaming rights for UFC. So the deal is between CBS and UFC, or your favorite TKO Entertainment, whatever holdings.
Yeah, I was going to say TKO is out here covering all bases because don't forget they just signed with ESPN with WWE, so they also got Disney money coming in. And TKO is awesome.
So it's $1.1 billion every single year for 7 years or whatnot. And it seems like the main objective is to grow their users on Paramount Plus.
Yuck.
So to watch the UFC matches, you're going to have to get Paramount Plus. So it's one of those things where now we have 56 different streaming platforms now to get one thing. Or you literally just buy one for whatever you want to watch. What platform did Halo come out on?
Paramount,
right? And there ain't nothing else to watch on Paramount at the time besides Halo.
I mean, yes, for the general
flagship show.
Because Dexter is huge. Dexter is huge right now.
Okay,
Dexter has a whole Dexter universe.
But Dexter Revival just got canceled.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it got canceled after one season.
Oh, I mean, I don't know if it, but it's still the Dexter universe is on Paramount, regardless.
Okay, yeah. But I mean, the new show that's been revived or whatever. When it came back, I didn't watch it. I still haven't finished Dexter, and I'm way behind on that. But either or. So
I'm sorry.
What?
Sorry, so I was just gonna ask. I didn't know they were gonna do multiple seasons because I don't think you need multiple seasons for the revival. I don't think there's no need for that. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, I'm not up to date on that one. But it's $12.99 right now. And remember when Netflix came out, right? Netflix was $8 or $7 in the first, $7.99. So it was $8 when it first came out, and then now it's $25 if you pay for the four streams, the 4K, and all kinds of stuff like that. And that's been over, I don't know how long Netflix has been out, 10 years or plus more, whatever. So I really doubt Paramount Plus stays at $13 a month. Like they're more than likely going to slowly increase, especially over these 7 years and whatnot.
Sorry. I wasn't trying to move off. You really threw me off for a wrench there when you said Dexter was canceled. I'm like, no, it's not.
No, that's the revival.
For my Dexter fans that are listening, no, Dexter's Resurrection, it's getting a season 2. What you're talking about that got canceled was the original Sin, which was the spinoff about him in his early life. That got canceled for season 2. But the new one that just dropped, that I got approved. So that's having season 2. I'm sorry, I'm a Dexter fan. So when you said that, you just broke some news to me. So I was like, wait, why would they? Okay, but yes, talking about back to pricing. I'm sorry, I had to for my brain. Continue.
Gotcha. So yeah, so it's probably going to end up being anywhere from like $14 to $16, maybe $17 at the end of this deal. And the question is really how many of those users you keep. So I did some quick math.
It's not going to work, man.
It's not. I think it's a colossal waste of money.
It's not going to work.
It's a colossal waste of money. And 2 now. So remember when Disney was putting the movies on Disney Plus immediately, but you had to purchase it. It was like $35. So instead of going to the movies, you're basically getting a discounted rate to watch at home.
Go away from that.
I believe it's Scarlett Johansson's fault.
Oh man, because I thought it was a good idea, man.
Because they were doing it because of COVID, so they didn't have a choice.
Yeah, no.
But also, I think in Scarlett Johansson's deal, there was something about she gets proceeds from the movie itself. So when they chose to not have any movie theaters, she got gypped some of the money she was owed, I believe. Because I think RDJ has the same type of thing with them, like 24 or $30 million up front, and then they also get proceeds, or they could take a little bit less. So I did quick math. It's the average viewership for UFC fights, the numbered fights. They usually have like 13 a year, and then like some other stuff. That was about like 300K to the maximum was 1.6, but those are like the McGregor fights and those like really big fights or whatnot. It was like 300 to 600K I was getting, so I took an average like 450. That at the current price of $13 is only $5.8 million a month.
Sheesh.
You don't get to 1.1.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how this is going to work.
And then I looked at the revenue of Paramount Global, the parent company, not just CBS. Paramount Global. Paramount Global makes about $29 billion a year. Their net revenue is somewhere, I think it's like 9-ish or 8-ish. So that's literally your entire revenue on the parent company for all the subsidiaries, and CBS is a subsidiary.
I was just going to say, I wonder if this is why CBS is going on this mass exodus, because like, I don't know if you heard about the drama between the Late Show with Stephen Colbert and how they abruptly canceled it when it's literally their highest grossing thing, but they couldn't afford it. And then they started canceling a bunch of other shows, mentioned Dexter and stuff like that. I wonder if that's why, because they were building up to this deal, thinking that this was going to be their
maybe cut costs where they can,
their money. But like, yeah, right, 100%. But it's still like I just don't UFC. I get the popularity around UFC, but to your initial point, now you're dragging people to have to buy a new app in Paramount, and there's going to be people that are going to pirate it because of the mere fact that there is nothing else for them to get Paramount for. Like, yeah, you want to watch Jersey
trial
Shore
accounts when they're trying to watch it. unless they find a way to
100%.
lock it behind something like, oh, you have to have Paramount. It's Paramount Plus
It's just
Elite.
Paramount Plus. That's it.
There's Paramount Plus,
Oh,
but it's
yeah.
Paramount
You're
like
right.
Elite and
You're
then
right.
low
Yeah,
or whatever
yeah.
that they have.
This is so stupid to me. I don't get that I don't get that for either side, for TKO or for CBS. CBS obviously because it's their money, but for TKO, like I guess because they're locked in, it's like they gotta pay us regardless. So I guess I get it from their perspective, but
The
I don't see it.
only where I was kind of thinking it could have made sense, but CBS doesn't have locations like that. Remember the ESPN Sports Zones where you could go eat and watch stuff?
Mhm.
Like the
All
brick
over
and mortar
McDonald's, but
shops? Right. Those kind of make sense because you could bring in extra revenue through people coming to your establishments, right? Where they don't have to pay for it. Kind of like when you go to a bar to watch a game or something like that, or Cosm or whatnot to watch games. Like you omit having to pay for that monthly cost, but then you pay for like food and drinks and all kinds of stuff like that. That it was kind of making sense, but they don't have places like that. So like I don't see, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but like I just don't see them winning out of this, honestly.
No.
Like even if they
Makes
get their viewership, who says they're going to keep more than 10% of it after the 7 years?
UFC's views are good, but they're not like that.
No.
Peace and love. I don't get it.
Like even with like a quick math, let's just overestimate it and say it's $10 million a month. That's nothing. And that's assuming like it's actually lower because this assumes everyone pays the subscription. The math I did. If some of the people, most people, because that's what I do with my subscriptions, I don't pay the monthly, I pay the year because it's 20% off.
Depending on what it is, but yeah.
Yeah,
I'm similar.
So if I'm getting a 20% discount for paying for the whole year, they're getting even less money.
Mhm.
So you're literally burning 1 year of global net revenue because you're a subsidiary underneath the parent company, and you're burning all of that revenue for 1 year for a deal over 7 years that I don't see panning out. Now there could be merchandising something in there that's involved that I didn't see or wasn't able to pull up, but that doesn't make sense.
I just don't get it. I mean, here's the thing. I get it from a TKO UFC standpoint.
Yeah.
CBS, I don't know what they're doing right now. I don't know what they're doing right now. I don't know what they're doing right now, but it's not their problem. Now they got to find the money one way or another.
Yeah.
Now, does CBS, which is arguably one of the longest public networks, do they ever get to a place where they just up and they just disappear? I don't think they'll ever get to that, but I just don't understand how this is going to benefit them financially. But not our problem to figure that out because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I guess it's true. You got words, Nick?
No, it's just stupid. It's just dumb. I have nothing to say about it. It's dumb. I don't see it realistically working. For all the same reasons you guys just said. I just think it's dumb.
Yeah.
If they were able to pair that deal with the WWE,
Mm-hmm.
then I kind of would understand, because the WWE fan base is at probably the highest it's been since the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
So like you'd get that finances there, and at least whatever your losses are with UFC, you're getting it through WWE. But the fact that they went Disney route with that's just too much faith in UFC brand financially. I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. This is above my pay grade.
Yeah, I don't know.
Brilliant for TKO though. I can't stress that enough.
They did.
Brilliant for TKO.
But Dana White had a big old party. And he was like, this is
Yeah.
great for the UFC. We're going to be able to expand all kinds of things, yada, yada, yada.
He's the head. Like, he is doing all that stuff, huh?
Honcho.
Yeah.
And Joe Rogan has a very heavy ear on him as well, too. Because he handpicked Joe from when he was just talking about, like how we are right now, just talking about stuff online. And he's like, that guy in that Joe Rogan podcast, I want him to be a commentator. And he just picked him up. And he was
comedian,
like,
bro. Did you know that? Joe Rogan was a comedian first.
Yeah, I don't like his comedy, but yeah.
He hosted Fear Factor too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's that.
I stopped watching the show after they started making people eat roaches.
So you only watched about one episode?
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say, I feel like that was
Actually,
like an
I didn't
early
even
thing
make
to
it.
happen.
Yeah, I didn't make it that even far into one episode. I think somebody had to sit in a box of that, and this is when we lived in the L-shaped house. I think actually, remember the remote control this is deep lore. Remember how I had a piece missing from like the previous button or something like that on the top of it?
Yeah.
Pretty sure it was my fault because of that. Like I dug my nail into the controller because I got spooked when I sounded like, this is legal?
Yep.
Nah, bro.
Entertainment.
It's not that. Sadism. That's what it is. but yeah, no, that's a lot of money floating around for, I don't know. So how much was what was the estimated numbers for the McGregor and McGregor, the boxing match? Which brother?
Mayweather. I don't remember. It was a lot.
Yeah.
I don't.
It was like, did he make like 400 million?
That's boxing, though.
No, I agree. But I mean, like total, like what did they make? Like, no, what did McGregor make? It was like 400 million or 200 million or something like that?
No. McGregor only made, I think it was like 150 mil. He did not make nearly as much as Mayweather did. But it was still a big deal for him because he was coming off of the lack of money from UFC.
Yeah. So like but again, it's McGregor though, right? So big name.
Even worse.
Worse.
He should have got paid more.
Fair enough. But the bigger the name, of course, the more you're going to get. So the only thing I'm thinking potentially is this could technically allow the UFC to grow faster. Because now instead of it being, hey, we got to go to somebody's house who's going to pay for the fight kind of thing, or to the staff, like we got to figure out where we're going to watch the fight because we're not going to pay for the pay-per-view, right? PPV. Now it's technically free, but you still got to pay for admission, whatever platform it's on, Paramount Plus.
Damn.
Maybe let's say they increase their fights from 13 numbered fights to 15. And then now that also increases the numbers on Paramount Plus. I don't know. There's some things they could do on there on both sides that could be a win-win for everybody, which is why I assume
it's a CBS problem though. Unless there's just some clause in there where it's like you have to do certain numbers for the deal to go all the way through or something like that. Just from a CBS standpoint is all I'm stuck on because I don't get that financially for them. They're the last network to be picking up. Mm-hmm. Something like UFC. I don't know. This one makes zero sense.
The fight made 700 million, and Floyd made 275, and McGregor made 100.
See, but then he had a 30 mil guaranteed purse, and then if you include what they're called, like the sponsorship and stuff like that, so it went around like 130, 150. Okay, which is still
nothing.
Yep. And that's just one fight, and that's more than 50% of what CBS would be paying UFC here off of one fight. So maybe even if though, like because some of those fights were like $100 or whatever for pay-per-view. Yeah. So I don't know, man. There's a lot of shenanigans going on there to like try and make
CBS has been in some weird crap anyways. I don't know.
To be throwing around those type of numbers, as a consumer, it just doesn't make sense.
But not only that, it's just you're not making it back. Like, what are your shows or anything that is making you that kind of money back outside of UFC? That's my beef.
The only thing I see down the line is, because here's another thing too, that like the Paramount Plus app is trash.
I like the Paramount app.
But what do you use it on? Is it on your smart TV or phone? Like, what are you using on?
Roku.
App?
Yeah.
Roku. We use crash or anything like that. Bro,
it's probably one of the few UI that I genuinely like because it does what it says it does. My only issue with it is what's it called? The closed captioning.
Paramount Plus crashes for me every other day.
Damn. Yeah, no, we never
every other day. It's to the point where it's not installed on the television anymore. Damn. We just cast it from our phones.
Damn, yeah, no, we have never
because it just crashes so often. I was like, okay, maybe it's because like on some of the smart TVs, they have a chip in there to be able to do some stuff. It might be a Roku TV or whatever, but like it's not the highest grade chip to like be doing stuff. So I'm like, okay, cool. Maybe on one of the ones upstairs that actually have the dongle plugged in, those ones have a better processor. Let me go check those ones, whatever. Yep. Same thing. All the TVs in my house, it just crashes.
We always joke, Paramount and Max are my number ones, and Hulu would be a nice third place because I never have issues with those two apps. Disney, though, in the dirt.
Yep. But moving on to the next subject, because I clearly just got money to burn. A question for you guys. Are injuries good or bad for ratings? Specifically, this could be WNBA topic, of course. Are they good or bad for ratings? I actually, technically, I got an answer, but I think it's still up in the air. But what do you guys think?
I mean, I'm sure they could. I was about to say, I'm sure they could be good, but I feel like the person in the example that we're about to speak about, no, that is not good for ratings whatsoever.
In general, I would say yes. If
I would
that's
say,
my
yeah,
answer.
typical. That's
In
exactly what I'm
general, I would say yes.
Typically.
for ratings, unfortunately.
That they're good or that they're bad?
They're good for ratings in general.
But
So-
like I said, I just feel like that for this person in particular, it's a lot different.
Yeah. And obviously, long term, it's not good because, like, the NBA is going through that issue because a lot of their stars have become injured. So, you know, it's hard with nationally televised games. Like the NBA is going through that with the Eastern Conference because a lot of big stars are going to be starting the season hurt. But I'm talking about it from a standpoint where there's an injury, it becomes a big viewpoint. So the replays, the countless times they talk about it, countless times they have it on the TV shows, how it does online, because then that money also goes to the same networks that show it and stuff like that. So financially, I would say yes, injuries are good, but for the sports themselves, that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
So now I want to hear what you have to say. that's my take.
So clearly, Caitlin Clark's ankle's injury, but that's like a 2-week thing. But Cunningham's done for the whole season because her MCL.
I don't care. Why do we care so much about this? I can't. I'm gonna sit out of this one. I'm gonna let y'all talk about it. You talking about Sophia Cunningham?
Yeah, my girl, bro. What are you talking about? Why we care about her?
Like, I believe y'all can have this conversation. I don't know, outside of her being Caitlin Clark's teammate, why all of a sudden everyone cares so much about her, bro.
Because she's Caitlin Clark's teammate. You said it.
She's so regular. I don't
The
understand.
only reason why people care about her, it's not even that she's her teammate. It's because Caitlin's been being treated unfairly, quote unquote, the entire time, which I feel like she has been in a lot of places. But when she gets like fouled or something, or like an over the top foul or something, Sophie's the only person thus far really that has had her back. I don't get it that much. Like, it's cool.
I don't.
Like, it's cool. I just think I think it's people that are just. I don't know. I like her too. She's cool, but also, realistically speaking, if she was not Caitlin Clark's teammate, I don't feel like people would know that she is hurt, and a lot of people are jumping on the bandwagon of liking her now because of that.
And what my beef is with that is that she's getting all this love, but I had to hear the whole majority of the beginning of the season, everybody roasting and talking ish on Angel Reese, who is actually a good basketball player in the WNBA. Yeah, she has that meme of her missing lips, but I'm pretty sure we saw her literally in real time improve as the season went on, as an actual part of a basketball team. Peace and love to Sophie Cunningham. I know this, but she actually could. I don't care. She is. Like, I don't get why she's become so popular. She on magazines, bro, and podcasts and stuff. I'm like, for doing what? Angel Reese over here getting hooked, bro. And I'm just like, but anyways, yeah, go ahead. Talk about Sophie Cunningham, bro. I'm gonna let y'all have it.
So, no, it's funny. So of course I've been looking at this set, like, I'm regular, right? I only care about surface level stuff here. So I'm all about Cunningham just because she's basically the enforcer for Caitlin Clark, right? That's the only reason I care about her or whatnot. But like we talked about 2 episodes ago, where like I'm the regular one in this group, right? I'm the casual, so I'm not deep on all of this stuff, right? I won't lie. I've been betting on Polymarket. just because throwing a couple dollars or whatever, right? Like the game today. What was the game today? The Suns and the Liberty, I think it was. Whatever. I lost my $2. It's fine. You know, it is what it is. You lose some, you win some. But like I'm more interested into it now, just because this whole, like, basically the drama. Honestly, like when it comes down to it, it's just the drama. Which is why I was phrasing the question: are the injuries good or bad, kind of thing, for the league or whatnot? But have you seen some of these photos out when Haley hit? She didn't hit Cunningham. She kind of ran into her when she was dribbling up for a layup, and She went in
Haley
for it and
who?
then dished it out. Huh?
Who?
Hatley?
Haley Van Lith?
Yeah, you know what I said.
Okay, you say you would say.
What did I say? Yeah, I hate her, bro. She hurt my girl. That's why I said Haley.
Nah, I'm Team Haley over here. Not because she hurt her, but because she's again an actual good basketball player.
But
Haley's at I.
But like it's not a like I watched it a ton of times to see what all the hate was. I was like, that's a normal play. Honestly, I don't even know how Cunningham got hurt, honestly. Because when you look at it, she's just driving up, she gets stopped, she dishes it out.
I haven't seen.
I haven't seen. I was about to say. I'm gonna pull
Yeah,
it up.
she dishes it out so that she can somebody else can shoot from the perimeter. It's a decent play. It literally looks like she runs into her, but not intentionally, really, just like you're playing the game. And
it's so effective down.
And then she grabs her knee, hops off or whatnot. I was like, oh, snap. Did you watch it?
But I also saw some comments and it just irritated me because
like
I just don't understand the Sophie Cunningham low. I just don't get it, bro.
Like the
Oh, it wasn't even Haley. You over here putting beef on Haley. It wasn't even Haley, bro.
What are you talking about? She dribbles the ball into her.
No.
That is not Haley.
Yeah, no, she what's it called? Falls on her leg, bro.
That's what I'm saying. She dribbles into her and dishes out the ball.
She dribbles, but no, this is somebody else though.
I'm about to say you also said Haley Van Lith. That is not her.
So it is Hartley then. So I was saying it correctly.
You might be right.
You
yeah.
actually might. You might be
right.
Oh,
Hartley. Yeah, Hartley just kind of falls.
Bro.
I hate to break to you, but I haven't heard of this Hartley individual. She's in the league, so all the best to her.
She's in the league,
but
they're saying she did it on purpose. She looked like she was going.
So here's the thing with that. Like, there's some photos where she's smiling, right? And so this is what's perpetuating the she did it on purpose kind of thing. But when you watch the play,
it looks bad though. D, you were saying it doesn't look too bad. No, she
like her
leg was fully extended. Yeah, her leg was fully extended.
Okay, I might not have seen the. Are you seeing the angle from behind Hartley when she's dribbling into her, or is it a different?
Just angle? Yeah, real time. Yeah, so you technically from behind. Yeah.
So like I didn't see her leg fully extended. That's why I didn't even see how it got hurt. I just see her go into her, can't get it, dish out perimeter to get up.
Oh yeah, no, she's fully. Yeah, no, that. Yeah,
I can't see her leg fully extended. I'll watch it again later on.
She she went up in a charge with, but she's fully extended, and then homegirl Hartley or whatever.
That makes more sense then. Because I was looking, I was just like, how does she even get injured? Doesn't even make sense to me.
But the point you're making is I just saw the comments talking about the fact that Hartley was smiling and did it intentionally.
That's the thing.
That she lifted her forearm.
And Cunningham defended her, being like, no, this is just a game kind of thing. And so like, okay, so now we're agreeing that
you want the drama. You want to come here and say that Harley did it on purpose.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, because they're getting more viewership because of it. Now, the end fight was able to get was because I brought this up before in terms of Caitlyn, where she get where
I'm reading the comments now too.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad. There was actually going to be a lawsuit too, and I don't know who was putting up to be the lawsuit, but I was like, you can't put lawsuits.
And this is why the WNBA is not profitable, and it never will be profitable, because the same people that want to get over here and cry constantly about the fact that their league is not getting seen and stuff like that, you're bringing this stupid drama into it. What do you mean a lawsuit because she got injured? And then we want to talk about the fact that we also want to talk about the fact, like, people are so mean to all the players and stuff like that. Blah, 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 blah. Do you want us to watch or not? Because if Jason Tatum misses a layup, that man probably, the things that are said about him online are insane. It happens constantly. It's going to happen. But the fact that it's like, looks intentional. The fact I just saw a comment said, the angry black lesbians get another W with this one. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Completely different.
It is the most annoying, egregious thing on the damn planet, because the same people that are complaining about this I want one person who has been complaining about what's been going on with the WNBA. Tell me who Hartley is. Somebody. Because Danny just blew my mind with that. And the greatest example ever to prove how everyone has just been BSing about this and acting like they actually care when they really don't. Look at the SB. Shane Gillis called out everyone in that building. Those are actual athletes.
You know what joke he's talking about?
I'll tell you, bro, athletes and reporters and people that claim that they care so much about the league and they need this and it's going to be great. Shane, basically, Danny, what happened was Shane walked on stage. He was doing his monologue during the ESPYs, and then he was like, I forgot what the exact name was, but he was
when
like,
he talked about his wife's friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone starts cheering, like, yeah. He's like, that's just my buddy's wife.
I knew you guys would never know
none of you would know.
players.
I knew none of you actually watching them.
Bro,
that's what I'm saying, bro. Nah, man, this is the problem.
I always forget his name.
That's the problem.
So good, bro.
Until nonsense like that get fixed, we're not gonna see any steps whatsoever. Because that's so annoying.
You can't have lawsuits in sports. It's
bro.
That's what the ref is for. Like, let the ref do his job.
Yeah, that's what the refs are for. That's what the medical teams are for. That's what the league is for. That's what the commissioner is for, bro. Let the commissioner and them handle how it is. The point of the like Nick just said, if this was happening in the NBA, we want to compare women's to men's for for that perspective. Literally, this is just a conversation. I can see you talking about it, blowing it up on First Take and all these shows. All you want, talk about it. Wasn't on purpose, was not. That's where it should stand. But when we're talking about lawsuits being involved, brother,
well, the first thing that came to mind was remember when I was about to say Beta Red Bill. That is not his name. What did you change to Meta World Peace? What was it? What was his name before that?
What did you even say?
I said Beta Ray Bill. That's from Marvel. But I was like, I know it's
that's the horseman who was able to wield Mjolnir.
Yeah. It was Meta World Peace. But what was his name before Meta World Peace?
Ortex.
That's what it is. I'm like, I can't remember his full regular name. But remember when he ran into the stands to go yeet that guy who threw the stuff at him, right?
He was provoked.
Yeah, that guy never filed a restraining order or nothing.
He did.
Oh, he did?
But he lost.
Oh,
because he was the aggressor.
He initiated it.
There's a whole documentary about it on Netflix. It's great. All of them were in it. The people in the stand and the players.
You can't bring legal into it. It's like
the worst
that
would happen, like just like Chris says, that this would be a conversation, and we might be hearing conversations going forward of this Hartley chick being like a dirty player. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But
that would be it.
That's where you should leave it, because now Hartley has a fan base now, and now or hate, whatever, but she's getting attention, and now you want to care about the son. Like, who's she going to? It's a Draymond Green effect. That's where it should lie. It's like what Nick is saying. Like, you want the viewership. You want to build story. You want this. Use that. Obviously, she did not do it. I don't care about the smile. Man, she stumbled and fell into her leg.
Yeah.
Nothing about that looked like she yeeted into her. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is a terrible conversation if people genuinely think she did that on purpose.
Yeah.
She fell. Like, peace and love. It was uncoordinated. She fell into her leg. Wrong place, wrong time, right? But now you can turn this into, unfortunately, the Draymond Green thing. She's the villain. She does this. She does that. But that's where it should stay. We're talking about, damn, lawsuits, bro. Then what's the point of even playing? Because now you're gonna be worried that if you do anything,
you hurt somebody,
you will get sued, bro. Like,
and now there's no point.
None of it was on purpose, bro.
It's just,
I watched Draymond Green kick 4 separate players. Sorry, one player twice, but 4 different occasions kick people in the balls, like intentionally
on different occasions.
Yeah, because there was one person twice. 2 different teams who came through. He couldn't Draymond Green in this game. But like, you know what I mean? Like that I don't know, bro. The lawsuits where you lost me even more, bro.
So I was looking at some viewership stats, right? Where, because I was saying with Caitlin Clark, how she gets a lot of fouls, right? And with their viewership, when Caitlin plays whatever, Indiana Fever versus the Suns, their viewership would go anywhere from 1.7 is like normal million viewership, but it will spike all the way up to 3 million in the games that are more physical, right? Now, I was looking up for Lakers with Shaq when they had Hack Shaq going on, like his early years, like 96 to 2000. to see the viewership of that.
Daniel,
And
I hope no.
It's,
Hack and Shack was like, I'll give you like 2001 to like 2004.
no, it was all the way in 95
No,
too, I think. Because when did Shaq get in the league?
Shaq's been in the league like early 90s, but I'm saying they weren't hacking Shaq until he was a Laker. And like when they were finals
this is a Lakers versus Pacers game, 2000. This is conference finals.
Oh, you said 96.
you said 95.
No.
95,
I said I was looking in the areas those years, whatever, for games that he had like the most fouls against him. So in this specific game in 2000, Pacers versus Lakers, he had 39 fouls against him, and the viewership was 17 million. But I think the commissioner at the time said that the fouls, this is why I was saying I kind of had an answer, but it's a little wishy-washy, said that viewership did not increase a ton or decrease a ton when Shaq got injured. And he was one at the time who was getting the most fouls against him on those type of things. Another one I was looking at was the Bad Boys.
Bring up a point to that, though?
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel also, I get that, like for like the like them saying that it didn't go up a lot or down a lot.
Yeah.
I also feel like that's a rare situation though of, if Shaq gets hurt, that is going to be a hit, and I'm sure it probably went down a little bit or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's still another guy wearing number 8 that's now going to be doing 10 times more because Shaq's not there, and that's going to bring the viewership in of itself. So
fair enough.
Like
that's fair enough. Yeah.
Because in that time, Kobe was the number 2. I get what he's saying.
Yeah, that's true. That makes sense. And then also, too, like, Caitlin Carr's going to get injured. Shaq's not going to get injured.
Right.
Right.
That was the other point.
Unless he falls on himself kind of thing because of his weight. Like, he's just not going to get injured. Right. He might get mad, get suspended for punching somebody in the face, throwing a ball or something like that. But he's not going to get, like, injured and, like, removed off the court. And then, like you guys said, they still got Mamba at the time. Right. Rest in peace. So then I was also looking up a little bit predating that or whatnot was the Bad Boy Pistons versus the Bulls. How they had the 3 that would always, like, the goal was to stop Jordan. Yep. Right. And then same thing, conference finals, whatever. Those, I couldn't get real good viewership stats because it's so early, because it's late 80s to early 90s. The most I was able to get was that it was just widely known in like newspapers and stuff like that. And like everyone was talking about it even when they ain't got cable kind of thing. So I don't have good stats on that or whatever. But same thing with their 3 finals they went to, whatever. First 2 were really hard. And then they picked my boy Rodman from the Bad Boys, and he came in the Bulls, and then there was a wash after that. So after looking at it a couple of different ways, I actually don't think it helps viewership that much. But you can see viewership numbers increase. So I wonder if it's just the effect of, like you're saying with Mamba or whatnot, like they're coming in for players to watch, right? They're not really coming in for the game per se. They just want to watch this one specific player play. And if they get injured, it's like that drama, but they're only there for that player specifically, especially when it comes to the WA, whatever.
I have a retort. My question, because you talked about like the 90s and early 2000s eras where, there was not social media. So if we're talking about this era, especially for comparing to like Sophie Cunningham.
That's true, actually.
How much are we putting social media into account? Because
I wasn't using
it, which is why I said that I feel like injuries are quote unquote good for ratings because
clips.
Yeah, it's social media, and like I said, right now, every show's going to talk about it 4 or 5 times, especially ESPN. The minute somebody gets, I'll use, let me see, a social media era big time injury like recently, Jason Tatum. Nick brought him up earlier. I'll bring it, but he tore his Achilles against the Knicks, but Jason Tatum is the next big thing for the NBA right now, young star, blah 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 blah. But the Knicks ended up winning that game by 20 some odd points. We beat the Celtics, blah 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 blah, which is a story in itself because it's the Knicks. But Jason Tatum being injured became the whole story. He's out now. He's not going to play until most likely like March, maybe February of next year. You know, the playoff hopes, Celtics doing this. So now you get that whole viewership all strictly off of that injury. People are looking it up. Jason Tatum. So that's what I'm saying, where I feel like it's not good because the Celtics are not going to probably do as well. Yeah. But for the right now, because of the people looking it up, people talking about it, all the different revenues you can get off of just that one injury is why I feel like injuries, unfortunately, are good financially for sports. But that's today. Everything you brought up, I get, because you're talking about like in past times, like but if we're comparing like, you know, like with right now, like with the WNBA, it's all storylines. People care about the storylines that are going on. Yeah. She gets hurt. People are going to care, not because it was the Fever versus the Sun. I say this peace and love. They're going to care because, shoot, Sophie Cunningham got hurt, and who hurt her? I don't know who this is. Yeah. I'm cutting her out. And then that's the storyline now. But but I guarantee you that game, like I know from what your stats, what you should have looked up is compare that game to whatever other primetime game that was playing that day. That's what you should compare it. Like the game with the injury, because again, Caitlin Clark wasn't playing. No. So it gives the other games a fighting chance. Like, it's Fever, but no one cares if it's not Caitlin Clark. But now there's an injury involved, and now there's that discussion involved. Compare the viewership from that game to whatever the other primetime game that was playing, because there's always two games on. Yeah. And then you'll see like, oh shoot, that still got a lot more revenue because of, you know. So I personally believe, because we're just in a world of, you know, big moments, social media moments, viral moments, I do think injuries do end up overall becoming a bigger financial benefit than not.
Personally. That makes sense. And then like we've also brought up in the past that girls don't come back from injuries that often, honestly, or it's just at a lower rate.
Oh no, you're right. No,
it's at a lower rate. So the ratio is 7 to 9. So every 7 girls come back to every 9 men that come back.
Do we know why it is? It's just the structure.
I was looking at ACL stats, and it's like 69% of WNBA players come back after an ACL injury, and 88% of NBA players come back after an injury. And so when you're saying is there a reason why? So
that's such a crazy stat,
all we can think is, because it's not like they practice less or play less per se.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, I don't understand.
It's either got to be makeup, or it's got to be the actual sport is more degrading on their bodies and ours, right? Just because we're made differently. Now, here's my question though to that. So knowing that is a fact, and it's a statistic, right? And how much these girls are getting hurt, do we change the game for them so that they get hurt less often? Or are we only talking about this because they're girls? And if it was guys, on the other hand, we wouldn't care.
Nah, I don't think it's second one.
I don't think it's that. Also, just to spin back, according to Penn State, the reasoning behind it is because male bodies apparently are better at repairing micro traumas and associated with overuse. I don't know about that. I don't know if I go that far, but he said that, he said importantly, the team said females are also less able to heal from these micro traumas than males, which may explain why females are 2 to 8 times more likely to tear their ACL ligament than males and take longer to recover. So they're actually more likely to tear their ACL. I didn't know that.
Whoa.
I did not know that.
I still wonder why. Just structure.
So if you said micro tears, that's what it is?
Micro traumas. Yeah.
Okay.
It said acute traumatic events such as sudden twists and things like that. And within the traumatic events, the body has to repair micro traumas.
Okay.
Man, F LeBron, Diana Taurasi really is the best basketball player of all time then.
How did she make it that way?
She has played, I feel like, my entire lifetime. And, you know, she had her share of injuries, but she's played majority and been the best player on her team every single time, every single season.
Uh,
Wow.
I'm trying to think of other sports that would constitute, like, the first thing, of course, is football, but there's no real football league for females.
I'm thinking volleyball and soccer.
Yeah, okay, soccer, yeah, because it's running, and there's a lot more players. There are injuries though.
Oh, is that what, I thought that's what you're talking about, like other sports that
I think other sports that
they
would
have, like,
do that same type of trauma
Yeah.
thing, if they
That's what
were.
soccer and volleyball are the only two I can think of.
That's interesting though. Acute
There's
trauma.
a lot of knee injuries in volleyball,
Yeah.
but they tend again, it's not like a national sport, but
Yeah.
I'm just strictly off of Olympics. I remember I forgot her name, but our girl that was in like 4 or 5 Olympics.
Mhm.
I remember that they talked about her having ACL get repaired, but she got it repaired and she returned for the Olympics and she
Yeah.
still then winning gold and stuff like that. But
apparently, it's got something to do with estrogen.
That would make sense.
that's all I know so far.
Even
Wow.
though it's really, if you look at like chemical makeup, they don't have, like, for some reason I thought, okay, there are girls, so like we're a dude, so we have 50% testosterone, and they have 50% estrogen. That is grotesquely wrong, right? They have like,
Wow.
it's like something really low, like 10% estrogen, and us as males have like 8%. It's something really low that
It was closer.
yeah, where it's just like, am I a girl? Right. So it's just like I'm 2% away from being a chick. I don't feel 2% away from being a chick, but it's something a lot lower than I thought it was when it comes to estrogen and T. Hormones are really interesting once you look at it, and how we all these 14-letter names for these ones that make you happy and sad or whatnot. But yeah,
Specifically, studies have shown that human women are more likely to tear their ACLs during the pre-ovulatory phase, when estrogen levels are high, than during the post-ovulatory phase when they're low.
Playing sports in your period must be rough.
Yeah, that would probably suck, like, pretty bad.
Right, I'm looking at all those commercials they be having with all the freaking thing coming out like a flower or whatever. It'd be like, oh, sports with Wing Max or whatever. Like I don't know, bro. I don't know what that's like. Is that good? Is that bad? I don't know. So yeah, nah. But it's interesting when you get down to like brass on these type of things, where do we just let it go? Business is business, and this is just the game, and you just deal with it, right? Or like, do we actually have to step in and be like, we can't leave it the way it is, because it's not beneficial for the players involved? Kind of like with how the NBA has become more technical than actually physicality anymore. Same with soccer. Soccer is literally just a bunch of ninnies just waiting for calls left and right. The most aggravating thing in the world. Where it's just like when some of these refs, like when they don't give them calls, it's just like, good job, sir. Good job, sir. Let them play. Like, and biggest example I will always give, Neymar in the World Cup, 14 minutes on the floor. And speaking of that, we're not going to soccer today. But speaking of that, I'm pretty sure he's getting benched on the Brazil qualifiers for the World Cup as well. So, yeah.
Is it because of that or because you can't stay healthy?
No. I don't know if they want to save him or what. I didn't pay too much attention because I don't care about Neymar anymore. But
I'm about to say, that man is like royalty over there. So
no, 100%.
Like there's gotta be something else going on.
He's a good player. I just could not give two hoots about him anymore because of the World Cup. He will never make up for me ever again. I might give him a chance. He might get a meg between people, whatever, do his thing. He's a great player, but I don't care anymore after the World Cup. Things like that. Like, it's just not excusable. So I wonder if the WNBA will eventually get to a point where, like, they actually have to take a serious look at it and be like, I don't know, or if it's just gonna be like, it just what it is. They just have to deal with it like everyone else deals with it in sports.
I just don't think there's anything much that you can do. You're gonna have to just deal with it
without messing up the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because then if you try to fix something like that, you're going to start doing too much, and then it's just going to go left. I feel like you just got to get over that.
No, that makes sense.
Start making those tweaks I was talking about last episode.
I didn't even get to say my day tweak because I had a very hot take that last time that I forgot to say. I am on the side of lowering the rims, by the way. I'm 1,000% behind it.
9 feet, or you want to
just
go
9.
like,
Just 9. Just 9 because 9 feet is low enough for guards to start dunking. Like, and the thing is, I'm so sick of like people saying also the issue behind like, oh, then I got to relearn how to play the game. Blah, blah, blah. Shooting on a smaller rim, first of all, is easier. Let's get that out of the way. It is 10 times easier. All of a sudden, now we're going to be able to shoot farther. Now, all of a sudden, it's not just going to be the white woman in Indiana that doing this. My goat, Caitlin, it's not just going to be her.
Yeah.
It's not just going to be her out there fighting to keep this league afloat.
Yeah.
Other people are going to be able to do the same thing as well and be able to pull up from farther away because it's going to take less strength to get the ball to the rim, thus letting you be able to shoot farther, and shorter rims are just easier to shoot on. And being able to drive down the lane, having people get dunks from a drive from a triple threat position on the wing, driving by somebody in a half-court setting and being able to dunk a basketball. And mess around, we might see some posters that will change everything. It is, and I hate it being seen as or it being seen as a diss, bringing that up.
Yeah.
When it's not. You look at other sports like volleyball, the net in volleyball is shorter for the women as opposed to the men.
Yep.
That's the best example that you brought up. There is that. You make the small tweaks because it's supposed to be exciting. It's sports, it's supposed to be fun. It makes zero sense to me when stuff like that is brought up, and then the conversation just every single time completely shifts away from whatever the person brought up to possibly fix things and becomes a conversation about disrespecting them and their skill level all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
Then that has nothing to do with it. If the rims got shortened to 9 feet, I promise you things would go crazy. But it will never happen because it's seen as a diss. It will never happen. But if they were to change that, man, that'd be cool.
Yeah. And maybe you might also 2 birds, 1 stone with that situation. You might limit injuries when you help things or help their strengths a lot more.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm saying, because you're helping them. And then also when you do that, being able to have the shorter rim and being able to have people be able to shoot the ball better at a higher clip from a more range, that's going to change how the game is played altogether, because now we're going to be able to focus on actually having game plans centered around 3-point shooting. Or like we have multiple people on this squad now that can drill these threes. Let's make that the main priority here now and go from there. I don't know. This is a lot.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with the diss part, because no one wants to be told, right, that hey, we're gonna change the way your entire league plays, and it's gonna help you.
Prove me why you shouldn't. Then that's what I would say.
Exactly.
Cool. Then tell me why what's been working before is why we should stay this way. Percentages are down, shooting is down, ratings is down.
If somebody came in and was like, hey, we're going to change these things, it's going to be better for the game, and we're doing this so you guys can make more money. Right? I feel like everybody's in when you frame it that way.
Right.
So I think it's more even better. Can you imagine if someone just shows up to a game and they just do it without telling anybody? Right?
They just don't say
I've been on today.
Yeah, exactly, right? And then shooting it like butter, right? Shooting it like, and they'll be talking to each other, right? They'll be talking to each other and be like, is it easier today? Is that just me? Did you
I did work out pretty hard this summer. I must be paying off.
Yo, I could be tripping, but am I hooping right now?
Right? Did you touch the rim on that layup? Did you rim stuff them? Right? And then my boy comes down to just so you know, going forward, this is how all the games are going to be. No explanation. No explanation whatsoever. Just be like, just expect this going forward.
Or better yet, like the end of the season.
Yeah.
I just want to say that this has been a successful year of bringing the rims down to 9 feet, and they're like, "What?"
I'm so
making
glad
the
that this
cards
has worked.
2 inches shorter.
What, you thought that was just dunking? Nah, man.
You thought they got better?
I'm getting my bag
Ooh.
over here.
Sorry
working.
about that. Sorry about that. Ain't nobody get better in this league. Ooh, I'll take.
That's a hot take for sure, brother. Well, especially with how hard you were just riding Caitlin Clark. You're talking about we don't get better in this league.
I'm just saying.
Main
That's all I'm saying,
example,
bro. Whatever brings in the monies. I don't think anybody's gonna complain if they make more money, and I don't think anybody's gonna complain if we get better games. It's a win-win for everybody.
Just do it.
All right.
It would be so cool.
But that's all on that one. We're gonna go to my friend Bob right here. He has a question for you guys. Bob, Sam, let's go with Bob today. We're gonna go to Bob today. He's gonna give us some questions for us and go from there.
If our dad comes on this scram, we pissed.
It's me, that guy from the 80s who everyone forgot, and here's our serious question. With urban areas that used to be for farming being built on for homes, where will the cows go? Who will feed the displaced cow families and keep the cows from starting OnlyFans accounts and showing their udders online?
So why'd he say it like there was no period in that sentence, bro?
I was about to say,
There was tons of periods in that sentence. If anything, there was a cornucopia of periods in that sentence, which is why he even got the sentence across. All right, you leave poor old 80s porn stash Bob alone. Okay.
I don't know if I like Bob, man.
Hey, man.
I don't know if I like Bob in my ear like that.
In your ear like that, bro?
I don't know Bob like that, man.
So there is a crisis. Everything's a crisis. Don't ask me. There is a crisis of farmland actually being mishandled's not the right word, but generally not being used for what it's supposed to be used for. So yeah, so it would be distributed to farms and stuff like that, and then you're getting eminent domain on some of these farmers because they're trying to build houses, or whatever, and people don't want high density homes, right? Which would be on top of each other, kind of thing, or the ones that had three. So, but that's all they're building anyway, regardless if they want it or not. So they're doing eminent domain, which is basically when a city level city goes and be like, hey, we have to take this land to do stuff with it. We'll pay you market or lower the market price. Now there are a little bit more regulations because it's farmland and whatnot, but it's being taken or whatnot.
Lower than the price?
Yeah, they can actually do lower than what?
Lower?
Yeah, market or lower. Yeah.
Oh.
So like, let's say the amount of property they're taking is worth $1 million, they can give them 800,000.
Interesting. Huh.
And they can force the sale. That's the big thing. Eminent domain is crazy.
That sounds insane. Yeah.
Farming world is crazy.
So they're pushing the farmers a little bit farther north, which is like, it is what it is kind of thing. Like you'll see that a lot on like Corona, Douglas, with all the spots used to be farmers or whatever. Used to be 3 farms out there. Now there's only not even one, I don't think, honestly. I think it's mostly moved. What's north of Corona? Eastville's lower. Riverside, right?
Ontario? Riverside.
I guess Riverside, technically, yeah.
Yeah, so they push them more northern that way and more east in the city or whatnot, and to build homes or whatever. And they're building the homes that nobody wants, the high capacity ones. They're like, I don't need to go up 6 flights of stairs to get to where I sleep. You will give me an elevator as well? Good Lord. Right? So I found this interesting stat that cows are being taken advantage of or whatever from one way or another. And it became a serious question.
No. I'm gonna need
That's
a
all I'll give you.
description of one way or another. What do you mean in one way or another?
So the lifespan of cows has gotten less. They get slaughtered faster now. But for it actually had extended for a couple years. And then the last agriculture stat that came out, I think the one from like quarter 3 or something like that last year, their lifespan had decreased. and they're trying to figure out why. And they're like, remember that slogan they used to have for California? Happy cows, like happy cows come from California, something stupid like that. During those times, the cows lived longer because they were walking, doing whatever they want or whatever. And basically their lifespans have decreased. So they're producing less milk, they're living not as long, and then the meat, I don't know if the meat's not as good. I don't know if they have a good stat for that. I don't know how you would track that. But
oh, this is terrible. Just some guy in a room.
My boy comes
Just
back
some
to
guy in a room.
the butcher and be like, "You're happy with this product? Is this what you sell people? Who killed my cow? Right?
Who killed my cow?
How long was he alive? I swear to God, swear to me." But
Who killed my killer? Who am I gonna kill?
But no, it was just some interesting stuff I was looking at. I was just like, I never even kind of thought about that. Yeah.
For Bob is that such a bad thing since cows are like don't their like farts like destroy the ozone layer or something, like the methane there?
So this is a weird thing.
Is this bad?
It's mostly a myth. It's not, cows farting is not a myth. Like, we smell that shit, right?
Oh yeah, no, they let that thing go.
But the hole in the ozone layer has healed since I think 2015 is when they verified it. So there's no longer a hole in the ozone.
What's
layer.
the ozone layer?
Ozone layer is in the stratosphere.
That's just like the
ozone layer
that's
basically
the atmosphere?
protects stratosphere. It basically protects the atmosphere is what we are, blue sky. Above that's the stratosphere. Then the next one, I forget the one it's called. But the ozone layer protects radiation from leaving the planet, so we don't get too cold. Yeah.
So
I think it also protects against. I think it also protects against incoming radiation, but I think the biggest thing is it doesn't allow heat to leave the planet. Because the biggest thing was if the hole's too big, the temperature will plummet for the planet. That was the big thing about global warming and stuff like that. Which, like, global warming is a thing because the polar ice caps are still melting. So that's a thing. Yeah, it's a thing.
You know something really cool about that as well? That's like a pretty messed up fact that might be scared. Like, might not be the most fun thing. Is that because the polar ice caps are melting, there's a lot of diseases and stuff within those actual
bacteria,
like the glaciers and stuff that are down there
that we don't have,
that have been sealed away for thousands of years that we would have no way of dealing with. That may possibly be able to get out now because they're melting off, which I think that's such a crazy, weird fact. That's like scary.
If you, what did they call it? They didn't call it a fossil. They call it like a historical something. I forget the nomenclature was for it. But basically, they're saying literally you could put a drill and have it go down in a polar ice cap, take it out, and each layer will literally be different eras of the planet.
That's so crazy, bro.
Yeah, because how much
that's sick, but it's crazy.
But yeah. So we don't want the udders online. I think we got enough of those. So yeah, they need to figure out about these poor farmers because they also need to stop killing these chickens because I'm really tired of my eggs getting up to $10 for no mother reason.
Damn.
Like that. They get the bird flu, and so they just kill off all the chickens. I was like, oh, that's why they get so expensive because it takes so long for these, or it doesn't take long, honestly.
So
they got to repopulate.
I know the bird flu is bad for like if like a human gets it.
Yeah,
obviously you don't want that. But if a bird gets the bird flu, is that like raps for them? Is that like super?
Yeah,
that's super contagious.
Yeah,
it's just like C19. Like it's a respiratory virus. Dolphins get
birds
C19. Horses get C19.
Chicken scientists aren't as smart as human scientists.
Bro, what was that show? Cow and Chicken? They still figuring out that vaccine. That's what the scientists they got over.
Not no chicken scientists.
What's another? Cats get it. Dogs don't get it. Chickens get it. There's another like weird. The weirdest one that got me is when dolphins got it. I was like, how you know a dolphin got it? How y'all confirm that?
He coughed.
Like,
They stuck a thing up the dolphin's nose.
His bill?
Dolphins have little at the fart. They have a bill?
It's a bill. The nose, bro. It's a bill.
I would take snout, but a bill?
I'm pretty sure it's a bill. I'm just a bill. Sorry.
It's got to be snout, right?
I would take a snout, but a bill, I'm
pretty
going to
sure it's
fight
a
you
bill.
on that.
I'm pretty sure it's a bill. Look that up right quick before we move on. The serious question. These poor
Mallards
cows
have bills.
and their udders. But yeah, no, there was like there was a lot of stats about it. Where
it's called a rostrum.
oh, yo, my man.
Can we get a sword?
It says rostrum or beak.
Oh,
Which to me is crazier than bill.
What
So
I
closer
say?
to D. That's closer to D.
Bill. Ha.
Yeah,
Got him.
bill and the beak.
Got him.
Yeah.
I'm going right back to Poly Market right now. I'm on fire.
Yeah. Okay.
Get my $2 back that I lost.
Crazy part is I would take bill before I would take beak too. That's the funny part.
Yeah.
Well, beak.
Same
the
family.
only reason why beak kind of makes sense to me is when they fight sharks, that's how they kill them. They poke them to death.
Yeah.
So
at high speeds.
Yep. Can you imagine just randomly just goes right in? He's like, I got him on the first try, boys. He's gone. But all right, let's see what else we got on here. Oh, movies. Okay, moving on to the next section. Movies and media blockbusters. James Cameron has been, not recently, but in the past, he has talked a lot of trash about superhero movies. How there's no emotional depth to a lot of these characters. Right? But big dollars being made, supposedly. But now everyone is also saying the movies aren't doing as well as they used to. And are we finally hitting superhero fatigue with Marvel movies? Or, I have a counter argument, or is it just Disney and some of the decisions they're making with how
I think you nailed it just with that.
How they're presenting these movies to the masses or whatnot. And it seems like their transition from our gen, Douglas, to I don't know if Nick counts, honestly. We definitely count in our gen, but Nick's kind of in the middle between like our kids. Right? So I'm pretty sure they're trying to get the new ones in, and their transition from us to that new Gen Alpha, it's not going well.
Yeah.
Like I think they're hitting some things well, and a lot of things they're just failing epically on.
Because they're back to cows. They're just right now. I feels like they're just milking the udders of the financials of
the remake,
the excitement of superhero movies. Yeah. So I feel like what's missing from these current moves, what's missing from these current era of superhero movies is that love and attention and allowing things to marinate. It feels like, they every problem we always talk about with all these new movies and shows is that they're rushed or they just make no sense because it feels like they're just trying to get them out in time to be viewed and to say they have it. But then which I think because of that and because they did it so many times is what's caused the fatigue. James Cameron's argument's stupid. It's stupid, but I get it because in the early era of superhero movies, he's completely correct. The problem was it wasn't as financial then, but I feel like he's blaming the early, the successful Avengers, the Iron Mans and all those movies that were good. He's blaming those for previous superhero movie problems. They had no character development. Yeah, they just came out and they were really just, senseless. No, I don't think that that's the case for that. So that's what I'm saying. James Cameron, I get what he's trying to get at, but I feel like it's a lazy argument. But as far as the reason why they're not doing good, I completely agree. I think it is superhero fatigue. I think it is 100% superhero fatigue. And the products that are being released are not, they're not as polished as they once were because some things that are getting cut shouldn't be cut, and they're putting not as much attention to detail as they did in the first phase of Avengers, in my humble opinion, which is why I feel like now DC is about to thrive because they have a blank slate. So now my boy, James Gunn, he is about to take complete advantage and reshape the DC universe to the way he wants it to be, which is going to work. He brought in Superman, introduced all these other superheroes that people excited about.
Also.
You know what I mean? Peacemaker, it doesn't need to be a movie, but it's a very successful TV show. So now you get to develop that way. But like that, it's really just putting the attention to the detail. So I feel like DC now, the pendulum might start to swing in DC's direction because of the way that they're taking their time with everything going on. So I don't think there's a character problem. I think it's like you said, it's just fatigue, and Disney's just focusing on the financials rather than putting out a good quality product. So
I also feel like Marvel just seems like they have with a lot of things, they just felt lost for a minute. And the reason behind that was probably because they were genuinely.
Yeah, no, they were lost. Yeah, 100%.
Because of Jonathan, that whole situation also with everything there. And now they're changing it. And now they're bringing Dr. Doom in too soon, if you ask me personally. But it's cool. He's my favorite villain. So that's the only reason why I'm scared of how this is going to go. Because I know how he's.
But if you do it the right way, it could work though, right?
It could work. And I have full faith.
That's my point.
And the thing is, I know better than to doubt Robert Downey Jr. I know a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, that's such an ass, blah, 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 blah. If you read the comics, it makes sense.
Bro, when I looked into the storyline of that, I am all in.
It's cool. Right? Okay.
It's actually pretty dope.
Yeah. It can be very, very, very cool.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping they do it right. But the thing is, I can see how people are getting, might be fatigued out on Marvel with a lot of things because of a few lackluster movies and a lot of shows and stuff that don't really matter anymore or don't really mean anything anymore. The end of Eternals, first of all, Mahershala Ali, I love that you were in the Jurassic Park movie, brother. When is Blade coming? And we had that whole end scene with Kit Harington, but Jon Snow was sitting there, and then you just heard Blade. I was half expecting to hear some techno music start playing too, and I was like, oh, this is cool. Sick.
Right?
I was expecting
Let me go get my leather pants right quick.
That's what I'm saying. Like, nigga's cool. Like, I'm gonna get my leather pants and go to some random club somewhere. I don't know. But it's just like, it's
with my nipple piercings.
I don't care about you.
But it's just like the fact they did that and the fact they abandoned stuff that could be helpful.
Yep.
Where is the second season of Moon Knight? Is a great question.
Coming, bro.
And it's never gonna, and it's probably not gonna come. But now we have Daredevil's back. Moon Knight
all those type of things.
Moon Knight, Punisher, and Daredevil are all very, very, very intertwined with one another. Moon Knight would have been a perfect chance for him to be somewhere in Brand New Day when it's coming out now, because him and Spider-Man got a whole Christmas special on the animated series together. Mm-hmm. Like, there's just I don't know. I just feel like a lot of it seems like it might have been misguided, but they have a direction now. I personally loved everything about Fantastic Four. I'm glad that I'm cool with every single casting. What you say? No spoilers? What?
Yeah. You watched it already?
Yes, I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay, cool. All I'm saying is no spoiler at all. I'm just glad that the only thing that's cool that I'm glad that they did is making it so everyone's personality is how it's supposed to be.
Okay.
And Johnny is not an idiot. That's I like that they let Johnny be a scientist to an extent, but he's still Johnny and stuff like
scientist with a personality. Yeah,
exactly.
That's good.
And the same thing with The Thing too. It's a great movie, but I feel like that was just the issue so far with it, and I feel like because James Gunn and everything with the DC, that does scare me a lot, because Superman, that was the best Lex I may have ever seen. I love Superman himself, Mr. Corn Sweat, and I don't know if you guys saw the clip of him and James Gunn fighting each other. They got heated at each other because
he wanted to put some more like emotion in the scene, which again, James Cameron.
Yeah.
Like,
anyways. Exactly, literally. And it's just the fact that, and that's why I don't agree with that, like the whole superheroes lacking emotion and stuff like that, because people forget that the whole point of superheroes is to be beacons. That's the whole point. Superheroes inspire hope. That's why they're superheroes. They're larger than life. That's the whole point. And Superman is, in
all of fiction,
Apex.
probably the biggest apex, like in terms of hope and inspiring that in people, other than maybe Jesus. I don't know. That's all I can think of in terms of inspiring hope in people. So I don't know that to me though, and how well that went, exactly like Christian said, I do think that it could be scary because it could be scary hours for Marvel if things don't start turning around.
So just to not to add too much, but to one other thing that Nick said in there, I feel like Moon Knight is also the problem, and I'm not just Moon Knight, but that had they did the whole TV show thing poorly because they introduced the wrong people. Like D's don't like this. What they should have just done is instead of making them TV shows, they should have just been movies. They should not like theater like need to go into movie theaters, but they should have just been an hour 20 like mini movie or something like that. That exact same show, but just all condensed into one show that is going to be a Disney Plus exclusive. Because of the casual fan, like Carly, she don't know who to like when we see these movies and they're making these shouts at things that are only from the show.
Yeah, man.
Those people, the Carlys and the people that, you know, are just like, I want to see Robert Downey Jr. doing Iron Man. I want to see these kind of people. I want to see Tom Holland as Spider-Man. Then when you introduce some of these people and they're like, who are they from? Like, oh yeah, that's from episode 4. So you got to do that whole thing and you lose them compared to and I'm using Moon Knight because you mentioned it. But if Moon Knight, that series was in an hour and a half movie, taking out the filler, taking out the stuff that did not matter, you made that into a movie. You can literally just be like, oh yeah, that's from this part, and we can watch it when we get home. You know what I mean? Compared to like you have to do the show, because if you show an episode, then you'd be like, well, I gotta go back to this. It doesn't work the same way. So now
I agree with
going back to DC, now you're making the right characters into those, like Peacemaker, who is an important enough character long term. He can have a TV show. You know what I mean? So and hell, it helps that you have John Cena playing the character, so it's gonna bring eyes to that. You know what I mean? So I just like I said, it just feels like Disney was more focused because of how financially ambiguous it was. Like you're making so much money from this. It's just like, let's just put it out. And, you know, as long as we're getting some people to watch it, it's good enough compared to like putting the care in it to keep people interested for the right reasons. And Marvel's starting to lose people for that reason. Yeah, I feel like the Disney Plus TV shows thing to an extent was a fail. I feel like they did too much with it. Because think about it, we talk about all the time, D, like the one that did the best was the first one they dropped. But why was that the best one? WandaVision. Why was that the best one?
I totally forgot about WandaVision,
yeah.
It was long, it was slow, it was a build-up. Loki was just good because it's Hiddleston.
Yeah, but that's the
and Loki.
Those were good because you're bringing in characters from the movies that people know.
That's true. Yeah,
and you're allowed to build with those kind of characters.
Did you finish Ironheart?
Night. I liked it. I didn't want to cut off Nick. I was just saying, like, I feel like you can slow burn those ones because you already know these characters. I'm already connected to Loki, so you can take your time with this. I'll get there whenever we get there. Like if Tom Holland had like a side TV show, like to introduce Miles Morales, but Tom Holland's in it. Like I can watch those things, but if you're just introducing She-Hulk, you're just introducing Moon Knight, you got to introduce them in the movies because they're the actors are famous enough. Yeah. But you got to introduce them in the movies to make me now want to. Let me go check out Moon Knight. Yeah, because I got a sample size of Moon Knight. Yeah. Oh, he seems pretty cool. He's getting his own show. Oh yeah, let me check him out. Yeah. So I like I said, but those are small little details that you can come up with in a writing room that I just feel like that attention is gone from because they're like, we don't care. Oh, they'll watch it because this person's playing the guy. Money. We gotta get money. I don't know. I just feel like Marvel has lost the vision, no pun intended. And I think that they're figuring that out. And DC is gonna capitalize on that perfectly right now because they get it. Because they need to.
They got a whole rated R Clayface movie coming out, man.
And
I think a lot of heat's coming over there.
It's Clayface, and what else about Clayface? It's a
rated R movie. That's what it is. It's it's gonna be like a body horror movie.
It's perfect. A horror movie.
That is perfect,
bro.
Right. And Clayface. Do you guys know much about Clayface?
Yeah.
I only know him from like the.
Okay, yeah. So
I know that.
So Clayface was an actor, right? And not like in the Batman universe, he's an actor or whatever. and I forget if it was a vat or if he was trying to stay young or something like that. He injected himself with some junk or whatever, and then in order to play any role, he became Clayface, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So his
It
big
shows what
thing
we-
has
that's right.
always been like, how do I be a better actor? And Batman plays into that all the time. So like, there's an episode in Young and Justice League Unlimited where they're trying to capture Batman and Green Lantern or whatever, and Clayface is pretending to be Flash, and he's like, "What are you guys doing, yo?" And Batman
Like,
looks somewhere else and just thing the electrocution thing at Clayface.
You don't even think.
And then Clayface is like, "What did I do wrong in my role, whatever?" He's like, "You overplayed your part, yo." So and there's other portions in the animated
That's
series
awesome.
where he kind of does something similar, whatever. Clayface actually has a decent couple episodes in the animated series, which is nice because it draws out his character, whatever. Also I think there's an episode in the Cape Crusader, the new Batman on Prime. I think there's an episode with Clayface in there too, where it goes throughout that as well for his origins or whatnot. But as a horror movie,
It's
perfect.
genius. Genius.
Perfect. It
I
could
didn't know that.
really do well. Really do well. It could maybe do what was
Wonder.
that X-Men movie? That was a thriller. It was supposed to be really good. It had what Arya from Game of Thrones ended up just being an absolute flop.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
It just came out a few years ago. I know what you're talking about. It was
I
X-Men
forget what it is.
adjacent. And it also has Homegirl.
It's as magic and
Legion?
then
That's a show.
Legion.
My bad.
That would be
I was trying to help.
No,
No,
no.
Legion's a show. My bad.
Either or, it came out, did absolutely terrible. Everyone was hyped for it. Something happened
The
with
concept was such a good concept. I know what you're talking about.
somebody came out with reshoots or whatever, and it just failed miserably. But
The New Mutants.
yeah, there we go.
Right. And it has a blonde girl that Peach. Princess Peach. The voice of Princess Peach. Yeah, and then there's Arya Stark. Yeah. I know exactly what movie you're talking about.
Okay. But it was just the
Well-
execution was just really bad. Right. And the thing with DC that I think James Gunn understands really well is DC can't have more than one movie flop. Disney can have 5 movie flops and be okay.
We've seen a few years of
Yeah.
them, yeah.
So UB doesn't have the bankroll for that. Right. So every
Basically,
single movie that comes out needs to be a hit. Right. It needs to hit a certain critical mass, needs to make a certain amount of money. Now it's interesting because I have in there the Superman right now currently is at close to like 600. No,
That's it?
no, million. I
647,
apologize.
I think.
Million. Yeah,
Yeah, that makes way more
610 million or whatever. Henry Cavill's Superman's still above it at like 630. So not to say one is better than the other because of money.
Wait, that's it though? 610 to 630?
Yeah, it's very close.
It only came out a few months ago.
Agreed.
So
that's what I'm
that's
saying. So like it's still
really
early.
good.
It's still early metrics, right?
DVD releases haven't come
And this
out.
is that 630 is like lifetime of the other movie, right? So this
Yeah.
one now with time might get a little bit more, even a re-release, never know or whatnot.
Bro, when that thing's on Prime or Max,
Yeah.
then you have to account
So,
for that.
One thing I thought that was kind of interesting when I was looking at some of the Phase 1 and I don't know for Phase 6 now, Phase 7, I forget what phase it is now for the Marvel movies. So the first ones, I tried not to cherry pick data, but it was kind of hard because there was a lot of things. So Iron Man 1, 300K or million. Iron Man 2, 300 million. Hulk, which was before Disney bought Marvel. That was about 130 million. Thor, post Disney buy Marvel, 180. Captain America, 170, and then the Avengers, the ensemble movie, right? Because that was the first ensemble movie. Now, this is what's interesting now versus Phase 1 pre. How we're talking about there was more care on the character development, and then now on the new movies. So the first ensemble movie, 720 million, right? Now, all the movies listed here now, it seems like all the movies have transitioned to ensemble movies now. So it looks like there is no longer movies that can stand on one character by themselves, which I think adds to the not fatigue, but it adds to how much they have to write well to get the characters to have time where we care about them. So like currently right now, Thunderbolts is my favorite movie right now of all the ones that came out. Because like it had a lot of really good scenes in my opinion, like deep stuff or whatever. But Thunderbolts is not even at 200 million yet. Right? It's doing Thor numbers. But in my opinion, Thunderbolts is written really, really well. Fantastic Four, I didn't watch it yet, so I can't say anything much past that. That's only at 250, and that's it.
Thunderbolts is better.
Is it?
Thunderbolts is one of the best movies that Marvel has done in a fat minute. And the fact that they actually were able to do Sentry properly was that was
I'm excited about
fair enough then.
for sure.
Oh, you haven't watched Thunderbolts yet?
And the fact that they were able to do it with like the whole mental health standpoint and it not be corny,
it was also great. It's so well written. It's so well written.
Fantastic movie.
It's almost what you wanted Black America to be, but it just didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So and then Black America, same thing.
Another thing too, also about DC that I want to bring before we move past them too, is the fact that DC also has a boost right now that Marvel doesn't have, and it's from the deeper fans and like the comic book fans and like the comic book community and all that like stuff like that right now. Because DC, I don't know if you guys do you guys know anything about the absolute DC universe?
Yeah.
That first of all is probably one of my favorite comic runs in general right now.
It's crazy.
Like the more popular one?
Yeah, the one right now, it's going. Bro, Batman is 7 feet in this one.
Batman's 7 feet tall, 400 pounds, and he has no money. He's works a blue collar job, and Bane is 10 feet tall.
No,
Bane's
16.
10 feet. 16 feet tall. And there's a scene of him literally holding Batman like this.
Yeah, you lost me. That's why.
The whole
savage.
universe is just like rough. It just takes everything and makes it way worse.
Yeah.
The Green Lantern's comic, he's not even the Green Lantern in it. He's the Black Hand. Like it's like there's so many. It's pretty cool.
Savage, dude.
Batman tamed Killer Croc. It's a lot of it's just wild. But the thing is, that whole universe is building so much attention and stuff towards DC because people are so really the Batman one primarily is the one because everyone's just waiting to see how they're gonna do every single one of the villains.
Yeah.
Everything like that. They showed the Joker for 2 seconds and he had a bunch of baby corpses on him. Like the dude's a freak. But then they showed Mr. Freeze, and Mr. Freeze is just like he borderline looks like Slenderman, like he's actually like a frozen monster more so.
Yeah.
And it's just like different
What is
perspectives.
it called? What are we talking about?
Just,
I need to look this up.
It's technically like Absolute series right now.
Yeah.
Just look at DC Absolute.
Timeline that DC's currently in. But if you look at Absolute Batman, you can look at any of the villains.
Absolute Universe, got it. Yeah, I'm gonna look into this lore.
In the end,
and the main one, obviously, everyone wants to see how it's gonna end up being a Scarecrow because he's obviously was built for this. So I'm sure that's why they're waiting. And we're probably not gonna get to see him until Halloween issue. I'm assuming is when they're gonna whip him out.
Yo, it's savage. It's savage.
I think it's super cool.
And when I saw the panel with Bane holding Batman, I was like, yo, what is going on right now?
It's bad.
Yo, why Bane's sitting like that?
Dude, it's wild.
I just saw the cover of it looks like issue 11.
Bro,
oh man, Bane is slumped. He's just looking at Batman.
Yeah, man.
The comic is sick, but it's getting so many more eyes as well too, which I feel like is also going to help with that situation. And because friggin' Superman's absolute comic sales went up after the movie came out and stuff like that.
People forget how
the symbiosis behind it.
Like these characters are all comics. And the thing that's always kind of bugged me with DC and DC, first of all, not so much Marvel, because in my opinion, there is nothing interesting about Marvel characters. The movies have made them interesting. In my opinion,
yeah. Because I remember you were shitting on Guardians of the Galaxy.
So I disagree, but I'm with you.
But let me explain why.
Remember, he's a DC guy at heart, though.
So, like, what does DC stand for? Detective Comics.
Detective Comics. Yeah, I said Detroit.
No, Detroit Comics is Static. Remember?
I was thinking Static. That's why
Static, Soul
Detective
Power,
Comics.
all those type of things, right? And they lease that. That's a whole nother bag of biscuits. They do that universe dirty because they just lease it so they can have Static. They use Static for 3 or 4 years, and then they do that. It goes down for the ratings, and then they put them on the shelf for forever. But because they own the licensing rights for Detroit Comics can't do anything, but they take the check like a baller. That's it. Every single time.
He's their Miles Morales.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
It's literally the same thing.
They just lease them, and it sucks because there actually is a couple decent like black superheroes in there that you could use or whatever, but they only use it for Static. And Detroit Comics never really got to build out more superheroes because DC put a block on them doing stuff.
Why wouldn't they just go like Michigan Comics? Like, why would they go Detroit Comics when, DC?
Hey, they could have made it worse. Think about it. They could have made End Comics. They could have been worse, right?
True.
But yeah, with DC Detective Comics, like Wonder Woman's an archaeologist, Flash is a chemist, Batman's a detective, of course, or technically he's a what is it called? He's an escapologist. That is what his biggest pedigree is. He can escape from anything. That's why
that's the main thing they're giving them.
That's always been his main
Superman.
thing. Yeah, like his main thing has always been
I thought the
escapology.
detective was always the main thing.
No, it's criminology and escapology, right? Those are his two master classes of things.
Not martial arts.
That is his main thing. The other thing comes with it, but those are like his two pedigrees of the thing that makes him as skilled as he is. All the other money stuff, that's all like a layer on top of like.
That's just because he's cool,
right? And then Superman's a reporter, right? Trinity or whatnot. So like you have all these things where there's a like Superman kind of like double-edged sword or not double-edged sword, conflict of interest and they talk about in the movie, the new one that just came out, where like, how you gonna write articles about yourself? That don't make no sense. You talk to yourself in an interview and you record it? How does that work? Right? Man, so like
book my boy Peter, bro. Peter did not care.
I was just gonna say Peter was
catching also that nobody else would have been able to get.
Who has the biggest rogues gallery besides Batman? The next
Batman
person
has the greatest rogue gallery.
Yeah, but the next person with the largest rogues gallery is Spider-Man. Right? It's not Thor. It's not Iron Man. It's Spider-Man. And also, same thing with Spider-Man. Sony licenses Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So like in my opinion, the only thing that's made these characters interesting are the movies. Like anything outside of that, I don't think Marvel Comics really is as big as DC Comics is. But
I mean,
the translation layer from like comics, in my opinion, don't really help the Marvel movies. The Marvel movies help the comics. In DC, the comics do help the movies, in my opinion, more than the movies help the comics.
Absolutely. And for me personally, I think DC's comics are better. I was just asking about you saying that you don't find the characters as interesting.
I don't think so.
That's interesting.
Nope. I don't think so.
Because I think lumping them, I disagree with. But I feel like there's a lot of characters that are more interesting because of the movies that are not interesting on the comic book.
Yeah, so what's
I have.
So like let's take two carbon copies. Let's take Thanos and Darkseid, right? Which one do you think is, because they're literally carbon copies of each other, for one's DC and one's Marvel. Who do you think is more interesting as a character?
Well, because I know about it, I would say Darkseid. Okay. Because Darkseid's whole lore to me is just
right?
Yeah, it's just
really cool. He's actually a prime point in the multiverse or Nexus point. So like if he goes away, things happen.
Thor's just a really strong, scorned warrior.
Thanos?
In Thanos, yeah. I said Thor. Thanos.
So
in essence,
there is a little bit more with Thanos. Thanos tries to court Lady Death.
That's why I was. That's
and that I was getting initially in the comics, the Thanos snap was him courting death. So he was going to wipe out half the universe to court death so that she would love him. Right. But
I don't.
and then also too, he's a Titan as well. And there's like 9 Titans in the Marvel
Teen
universe.
Titan?
Right. There's this boy under Robin. But he was a Titan or whatnot. So you can he has a little bit more backstory, but for them to be parallels in the universe, in my opinion, like there's no contest. Like Darkseid is literally a new god, right? There's that whole war that they have. They have the source wall that he's a part of. There's too many things that Darkseid is like when he fights Superman or whatever at the last episode of Justice League Unlimited, where he says where he's about to Bane break his back or whatnot, and he's like, super or not, you are just a man and I am a god. Right? Thanos is only powerful. Well, he's powerful, but Thanos is only super powerful when he has the gauntlet. He's not a god. He's not a deity. Doom rips out Thanos' spine in one comic series.
Danny, do you want to know something funny? I was about to drop that picture into the chat and be like, it don't matter, he's fine anyway.
Doom's wearing all white. He puts his hand in the chest of this man and rips out his spine, Predator style.
Golly.
So,
but that being said, though, I gotta push back.
All right, push.
I gotta push back because he might not be a god, but last time I checked, that man was mixing up a god and about to kill one in that fight while having to fight off Tony and Captain America. And the only reason that happened was because he didn't was because Cap picked on Mjolnir.
So here's the thing where it makes it a little weird with Thor specifically. Thor's underpowered in currently the Marvel universe. So there's a deleted scene.
For sure.
And is it Love and Thunder? Is it Love and Thunder? Where they go and find their no, it's not Love and it is Love and Thunder. So
Hercules?
No.
Ragnarok?
Oh no. Love and Thunder's with Zeus, right?
Zeus is what I meant, yeah.
So what's before that? Ragnarok?
Hercules.
Hercules is in Love and Thunder at the end. But
So Ragnarok's one before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in Ragnarok, there's a deleted scene where because Odin has something called the Odin Force, right? Because he's basically God in Marvel Universe, right? Well, no, the one above all is in DC, which is actual God. So in Marvel Universe, it's Odin, and he has something called the Odin Force, which is tied to the tree of Yggdrasil. The one above all is DC.
One above all is Marvel.
The one above all is Marvel. Oh, snap. Okay, never mind. So the one above all character in Marvel is actually God in that universe. Odin's a close second. Let's say that.
Yeah.
So he has what's called the Odin Force, and that connects all the realms together through that tree of Yggdrasil, right? So it's funny, right? Remember how like Thor always says Odin's beard? Mm-hmm. There's an episode of Avengers where like Odin's like, my beard. It's the funniest thing ever. Moving past that though. So there's a deleted scene where Odin like does some chanting or whatever over Thor, and he tells him, I now pass my force to you, which is him getting the Odin Force from Odin, and then it becomes the Thor Force. Now that's a deleted scene, and they didn't put that in the movie, which leads me to believe that they just don't want it to be too comic-y, or they've removed it in terms of power scaling.
Also, I mean, at the same time, too, I 100% agree with you. By the way, I was just throwing that out there for giving Thanos a chance. But for sure, he was at his strongest in Infinity War, and he just got because Ragnarok he was strong as crap, and then Infinity War, especially with Stormbreaker, he was broken, but he didn't really get to do anything, and now he's also depressed and going through a lot. So mentally speaking, he wasn't even fully there in that fight. Also, so I feel like that also does. I guess need to be
either or, like he's besides him, Sentry, like Thor's overpowered. and has no weaknesses. Like he tanks hits from Sentry, and Sentry is the physically the strongest in the Marvel universe because he also rips Hulk in half, right? And Hulk just does a lot of things, right? So like physically the strongest, and Thor tanks hits from Sentry. Now Thor's not known as the strongest. If you compare the two, they tend to slightly give that more to the Hulk than to Thor, but he takes hits from Sentry, and Sentry cuts Hulk in half. So there's just no, the movies underpower Thor. And then when you compare the characters and their stories or whatnot, like Thor's a spoiled brat until he becomes king. Right? Loki's the son who should have got everything and got nothing. Right? So it's
I
just
also I also saw something as well about it with him that I'm hoping the only reason why that they would even take out a scene like that is I'm hoping they're going in the direction, because I don't know if you've seen the quote unquote, there's people are having like thoughts about it, because we already know that this next movie there's going to be like multiple people are getting teams together.
Yeah.
And Dr. Doom
ensembles
is supposedly putting a team together.
Yeah.
And which we expected. We already know
it's
everyone's
just
in this dang
ensembles,
movie. But the people that Doom is supposedly, that is rumored could possibly be trying to recruit, I saw Maestro Hulk on there, and I also saw
Maestro,
I saw, I forgot the specific version of him. It's like the version of him that won and never stopped fighting afterwards, though. And he's just broken. It's a bunch of various different versions of like characters and stuff. And the Maker was something I saw too, but I also saw something that would be, sick, that someone just put it out there. They're like, I just feel like it would be cool if they took the 2015, but he was saying that they should take the 2015 Miles Teller, specifically that one, because of how bad the movie was.
Yeah.
And then just make it so that that specific read just went down a terrible path and he just became the Maker and just leave it at that. So they could just get that over with and just leave it alone.
Like how they brought Krasinski in to do
literally, or just do something like that. But if he's getting these people, then other than Thor, Sentry, and Captain Marvel,
no, I hope
they gonna have to get in their bag for that movie. And I'm hoping and praying that they use that as an opportunity for Thor to be Thor,
because Iron Man's dead. Basically all the like you have nothing's leaked about the new
Iron
Avengers.
Man's dead?
But it's different. But different universe.
But I'm pretty sure all the new Avengers
saying
are
that
done.
he's going to be going to different universes to get them, though. That's the thing. So Maestro Hulk could very well be happening somewhere else also. And then they're also saying Captain Hydra was something that might happen as well. It was a lot of things that were there. Obviously, there's a lot of different ways it can go. I do kind of hope that he gets at least. I hope he just gets like one other overpowered dude at least. Just I want to see, literally like what we're talking about. I want to see Thor do something like for real. I want to see the Hulk do something for real.
Like, but the thing with Thor is like what are they gonna make him do? Because Ragnarok's probably the most usage. That's what I'm saying. The Ragnarok's probably the most usage you're gonna get out of Thor, because he used his lightning powers the most in that movie. Like Love and Thunder
was a great example of how strong Hulk is too, because that man was boxing. Was literally, he took out the giant direwolf, and he wholeheartedly in his heart believes and probably could. That man Hulk jumped at Surtur with zero hesitation.
Yeah,
in his heart.
So and then in Love and Thunder or whatnot, it's more of like he's trying to fix wrongs or whatnot. However, like he's just one dimensional. He's basically a happy Kratos at this point.
Talk about wasted characters too, bro. Gore, that man.
Yeah. Gore.
That is such a not Korg. Not Korg.
No. We're talking about Korg. We're talking about Korg.
For the God
No,
Butcher,
Gore the
and
God Butcher.
they needed to have a full scene of him killing the gods. That because that is something serious, and that's something that I hope that they do with Doomsday or with Doctor Doom. My perfect world, they would start that movie with Doctor
He's got to kill
Doom
somebody.
at the Council of Kangs, but all of them just dead, and he just got done with them.
So good.
And they're starting with that, and that would be the smoothest way to do it.
All Jonathan Majors,
and they're all dead.
Yeah.
Like, and it's already done. Like, we don't need to see it. We're just there, and he's like choking one out, and it's already done.
That would be
And
a
they start the
great
movie like
entrance.
And I feel like that would be
he
a great
opens
way
with the
to-
same Thanos line. I'll do it myself. Jeez, Tom
Exactly.
Brady.
All right, well, I don't know about that one, but
Come on, man. I'll be fired. I did it.
I did it.
No,
myself.
no. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I did it myself. Yeah.
Like, that would be my perfect world, because to me, I feel like that, first of all, transitions us, because this movie was supposed to be Kang Dynasty. This wasn't supposed to be Doomsday. But the fact that we can do this, and then we'll just start the movie like that, have him be at the council, the same council that they're at the end of Quantum Mania, where they're all tweaking out, going crazy. Just have him there, just have him be done with all of them, and then start the movie from there. I feel like that would be the smoothest way to do it, and be like, okay, we were going this direction, and then Doom came and said, no, we're going this way now, and that's it. I feel like that's the only way I can really see that smoothly going. But I really hope it goes like that, and I hope they don't ruin Doom. But I trust RDJ with my whole chest. So.
It would just be interesting to see him. One of my favorite scenes is him with Iron Man. Literally, one of my favorite scenes with him is Iron Man. Is the first Avengers, where where are they going? They have Loki, and Thor is now coming down and whatnot. And Loki's like, they're like, oh, you're afraid of, well, there's a couple, it's one scene and whatnot, like where Loki's like, or I think Scarlet says, are you afraid of lightning? And he's like, I'm just not very fond of what comes after the lightning, or whatnot.
Yeah. Clean line. First of all.
Yeah, no. And then there's another line where Scarlet's like, hey, these are actual literal gods from like mythology. And then Captain America's like, ma'am, there's only one God, and he doesn't dress like that. Bars, right? So then Thor comes in, takes Loki, jets off with his hammer or whatnot. And Captain America looks at Stark, and he's like, Stark, we have a plan, or we need a plan or whatever. And he looks at him, the lighting's dimmed down. You just see the white lights from his mask or whatever. And he's like, I have a plan, attack. Right, the coldest line Downey's ever had, in my opinion, is Iron Man. Like his first outings in that Mark II, Mark I armor, whatever. Mark II, Mark I armor, in my opinion, was much more like dirty, gritty, getting the hang of the suit and like how well it could do stuff or whatever. When there was much more of a switch, like a Bruce Wayne Batman switch. Like when he was in the suit, he was Apex. When he's out of the suit, he's back to his lucky go self or whatever. Now he's more like of a Spider-Man talker or whatnot when he's in the suit.
He was still a douchebag back then too. He was still very comic accurate, Tony.
Yeah. So him as Doom, I hope that kind of bravado comes out again, where it's very like, I have a plan.
It has to.
Get off my cheese.
It has to.
Right. That
I'm hoping it does.
Very fun to see.
And another big thing that I'm assuming that Doom probably has, well, I mean, I'm just going to assume that Doom has something he's upset. There has to be something going on with the timelines that I feel like is going to be a problem. And I feel like Doom is doing something. I can't explain exactly why I know that or why I think that, because it was just from something from Fantastic Four, so it doesn't really matter. But in my brain, I'm just thinking like, I don't know. I don't want to spoil. You always say the movie.
I appreciate it. But keep going. Keep trying.
I just feel like the timelines are going to come into play, and I feel like Doom is going to be going through the timelines, attacking specific beings who have done stuff to the timeline. Like there's freaking. Did you guys watch the Marvels?
No, I hated that. I hate
I
everything
don't-
about Brie Larson.
I don't blame you if she didn't. I mean, I don't.
I
blame you if
wanted
she didn't.
Signal to do
But-
really well. The girl, or I forget what her name is,
Mhm.
the black girl with the hair or whatever, that got her powers because of
Monica
water.
Rambeau.
Her and
Kamala.
what's her name?
Kamala Harris.
Yeah, I love
I
love that.
I wanted them to do really, really well, but I could not
person.
disassociate Brie Larson, and I was just like, I'm done. Anything with her in it, I'm just not watching. I don't care. And it did absolutely abysmal.
So snarky that it's like so hard to watch.
Yeah,
That's the only thing. Yeah.
but keep going, what you saying?
But I mean, is Monica's still in the Fox X-Men universe right now? Because at the end of the movie, she had like the whole like she like went to the different dimension and everything, and then you see she's in the hospital and Beast is taking care of her.
I never finished Marvel, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, there you go.
No,
But why would she be in the X-Men universe though? Were there X-Men? Were there mutants in the Marvels?
No, it was something she did. Chris, correct me if I'm wrong. She used her powers and happened, and she ended up in a different dimension. But
it's very similar to like what happened in WandaVision.
yes,
Yeah,
very similar to that.
Yeah,
Interesting.
So that happened. So she would be a being that
I'm trying to
that Doom could be targeting. And then I personally believe this whole thing, for whatever reason, Doom is on his way trying to get to Loki. Because Loki's holding the universe together himself right now.
Which is
and I feel like he is the target, and I feel like they're going to understand that, and Thor's going to be a huge part of it because he's going to be trying to get to him first.
There's also that conspiracy that Charlize Theron's a part of it too, because of, remember she snagged Doctor Strange. What's the character's name?
Clea.
Yeah, because she snagged Doctor Strange, cut the time on. We haven't heard of, seen Doctor Strange in any of these movies. We've made a lot of mention to a lot of people. Doctor Strange has just vanished.
You see, now you bring up Strange. Strange is a weird one where he is like secretly overpowered in the Marvel universe, but they allow him to be overpowered. Versus Thor, they don't. It's so weird.
I see what you're saying. And so why him and not
like why do you allow him to do it but not? Same with Loki in this series or whatnot. Like Loki has been Sorcerer Supreme in the comics, so he's at, if not above, the level of Strange.
Or he's been in the comics.
Yeah, right. So it's so weird that I don't think they like the Asgardians. Like I don't know.
No, I think it was just the whole Hemsworth thing where it was just so comedic. They're like, oh, the people like this. Let's just play into that.
Man.
Yo, is that power line on your chair?
Yeah, it's Max.
Bruh. Sorry, that just took all of my attention.
Anaya and Carly got from me at Disneyland.
So what that cost, like $400?
Yeah, it was like $40.
Oh, that's not bad for Disneyland.
Yeah, it's not. Oh, it's like a little. They had like popcorn in it.
Oh, that's not bad. I was expecting something much worse if you're at D-Land like that. But yeah, no, it's these movies. So when I was looking at them or whatnot, all the newer movies are all ensembles, and so they're making the same amount of money as the first primary movies, but there's more actors and more that's being put into them. So their budgets are higher, but they're making less. And I think it has to do with because they're ensembles. You have too much in them, right? So it's hard to piece out the characters. When you look at the avatars, of course, those have been re-released a couple times, so they're getting secondary and tertiary dollars. They all do like astoundingly well, $2-3 billion each, right? And those aren't superhero movies. Some other ones also that I picked out.
Those are James Cameron movies, right?
Huh? Yeah, it was James
those-
Cameron. Yeah, Avatar's James Cameron. Not Avatar:
How
The Last
dare you
Airbender.
defend him?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were talking about Blue People.
No, I was talking about Blue People.
Yeah, that's so. Yeah, how dare you defend James Cameron?
So it's just interesting because people having opinions is one thing, but people having work to stand on their opinions, that's another thing. Right. So him being like, they don't have enough thing. And then you go to Avatar. It took me 30 minutes on the way of the water to remember I liked the movie. because it'd been 10 years before the last one. Right. So I was just like, literally 30 minutes in the movie, I was just like, oh, wait, I like Pandora. That's why I'm watching this. Versus going in immediately and be like, oh, what's coming up next? Like, right, just being excited for it. Some other original movies. I don't know if these truly count as original movies. Minecraft would count as an original movie. That almost hit that almost hit $1 billion. The How to Train Your Dragon remake. Did you watch that one yet, Douglas?
I heard it was really good. Carly and I.
It's really good, especially because you know who. This doesn't spoil anything, but I was super happy. You know who does the voice of the dad?
I don't think you can spoil anything, dog.
You know who?
Daddy, I'm about to say, brother,
What?
that doesn't apply. It's a remake, brother.
Sorry, you're right. I apologize. No, there's some things that are different in it, FYI.
You mean Doofus?
Yeah.
He actually got teeth.
You're not gonna believe
in How to Train Your
this.
Dragon, you know who's the voice of the dad in How to Train Your Dragon, right?
Your boy.
Gerard Butler, right? He's in the movie in live action though.
Yeah. That was known before.
I didn't know that. I didn't see the trailer say anything. Right?
Yeah, no.
So I saw that immediately, and I was just like, "Family, get out of here! This is a love moment between me and Gerard Butler. I'm gonna watch this movie by myself. I don't need you guys. I don't need you guys here while I watch that." Then you had Nani and Friends that did about $1 billion as well.
Ooh.
Sorry, Stitch the remake. So
what movie is this?
But those are remakes though. Those aren't really originals, right? But they're still doing big item dollars. Now these ones I'm gonna bring up, they are originals, but they vary in like how much they're making. So did you guys watch Elio, that Pixar movie that came out? The handicapped kid with the blind eye, whatever.
Yeah.
That one did pretty poorly. That did only like 150 million.
Right. There's a whole conspiracy that people don't actually like
original movies.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So then,
have you seen the one that's going to come out where it's basically Avatar but like Disney form? Have you seen that one? I forgot what it's called. But like they put the people in animals and then they go and live with animals. It's a brand new one that's coming. It's an original movie. It looks actually pretty good. I forgot the name of it, but the trailer.
Is it DreamWorks or is it Pixar?
No, it's Disney. It's Disney's next original movie. Yeah, I forgot what it's called. Yeah, it actually is pretty cool. But it's like basically an Avatar like kind of rip.
Interesting. Weapons, which is a horror movie, that did about 200 million. Sinners,
I loved that movie so damn much.
Weapons or Sinners? Weapons? I didn't watch it yet. Yeah.
I loved that movie. For a horror movie,
yeah.
Especially nowadays, it's a lot harder to actually scare me.
Weapons is one with the kids.
Yeah.
I remember
the kids,
It just has a lot. It focuses more on a lot of unsettling stuff, and there's actually funny parts in the movie too. But it's also kind of funny that the main girl is the Silver Surfer, and Thanos is also in that movie, and so's Wong. And they're all three of them are important characters in the movie.
Yeah.
But I like that movie a lot. It's really good.
Yeah, so that's an original movie, only 200 million. Sinners, original movie, kind of old concept, but still an original movie or whatever. That did pretty well. That did almost 400, but like 350 million. And then F1.
I hate to do this to you, Daniel, but you got to remember, some of these are still in theaters or just left theaters. Sinners was in theaters and then just came out on Max. So the viewership, it's on Max.
Elio's out of theaters, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not on Disney Plus yet.
Yeah, but they're not
the only one that has the second boost of the viewership from home is Sinners. So of course Sinners is going to be close to 500,000.
Maybe we just revisit it later on.
500 million? Sorry, are we talking about million? This is all million?
Yeah, use all million.
So 500 million?
I have chaos in here, but it's all million. I think when I was comparing,
that's why that one's like double.
Yeah. And then the last one, F1, which is a Apple original movie, whatever that means.
And
that one did 600 million. So so these ones,
that one did really well. I heard
a movie like that, is gonna.
Yeah, there's actually
that one is broadcasted.
One of you would probably like. There's a lot of background stuff about F1 that you might find really, really interesting when it comes to product placement.
And our boy's in it too.
Which boy?
Who? Damson, bro.
That's why I said Black Panther's in it, so I prayed.
Oh, that's why you were praying. Okay, I got it.
So like these are
This is
original movies that did well-ish, but not like great in comparison to like remakes and the superhero movies. So I don't while the superhero movies are not doing as well, I don't know if we're really tired of them. I just think they're not doing as well as they used to. That's all it is. But when you look at new original content, like I've been seeing it rolling around where like people are questioning if people actually like good writing in movies or if they just want to see a good Mission Impossible 19 one more time. Yeah. Or you just have to curtail your expectations budget wise. Like, hey, this movie's probably only going to make $20-40 million in the movie theater. We can't spend more than 12 to make it. Right? Like maybe those conversations just need to happen. And then unfortunately though, some movies don't get made because they need more money.
But I also feel like that does separate a lot of filmmakers because you'll find a lot of filmmakers that can make a crazy movie out of something like that. Look at the movie the two Rucka the two YouTubers, they just made it. Talk to Me. That movie was critically acclaimed. It was a great horror movie and stuff. And they did not have that much of a budget for real because why are you going to trust two YouTubers to make a movie for you like that? And then you see how that worked out. Same thing with it's a different example because it's a TV show. Paranormal Activity is the best example
$11,000
in terms of
$11,000
the
movie.
percentage. Insane. Just at somebody's crib filming it. A smaller example of that, like TV also, you look at like on Amazon Prime, Invincible is, I think, Amazon's second or third most profitable show that they have, and they have one of the lowest budgets possible for whatever reason. I couldn't explain why.
I think the majority of their budget was on the voices.
It has to. I think you're right. It has to be.
And even then, they weren't that expensive because the show, not creator, but one of the executive producers of the show, if you didn't know this, is also one of the executive producers for The Walking Dead. And why there's so many people from The Walking Dead that are voices for that show.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that. What's his face? Gay dude with the I forgot his name. Aaron, with the spiky hand.
Yeah,
he's the voice of so many people in so like any regular person that comes in, that's him. I'm like, bro, my boy was working, man. Yeah.
Voice actors,
yeah. So yeah, that's the majority of the budget was on the voices, the talent.
So I feel like that whole thing with like the money, I think that might just, I don't know if that'll ever happen.
Didn't they make an episode making fun of that too, Nick?
They made fun of it. They made fun of it in the episode because
how it's like we have to show from this angle. So we're talking, and you don't even.
He went to get his comic book signed, and then he was like, "Sometimes when people are having a conversation, you'll just show the picture from the back, so you don't have to animate the person's mouth."
Yep,
and it's happening as he's talking about it. It's literally, it's so good. I love that scene so
They
much.
went on a whole tangent, just them just clapping back because they had already heard about it. And it's like, look, we got to save budget so that we can do these fights. That's what's important.
If you want to look at a show that was critically acclaimed for one of their episodes only having 700 frames, which in a one episode, it's an anime.
Damn.
Yeah. Do you know what anime it is, Nick?
Blue Lock?
No.
Blue Lock.
It's old. It's old.
I was gonna say Blue Lock because everybody calls Blue Lock PNG simulators.
It's Evangelion.
Damn. When you said older, I thought about that.
Yeah, 700 frames. Was and a normal Douglas a normal like frame amount for episodes like 2,100 to 3,000, and they only had 700.
Got it.
They did environments really well and like static shots really well. To be fair, they also did run out of budget in that season. And the first season, the last 2 episodes,
we gotta do something,
dude. When it's just wireframes, no coloring, nothing. One of them wasn't even aired on television because they ran out of broadcast money.
Damn.
Yo, so somebody on that budgeted team got fired.
Yeah, so it was bad. They
What do you mean you spent
literally use
$100,000 on
all their
Yellow?
money, and they're just like, oh, we're just kind of figuring it out for the last two. When I tell you there's like 10 minutes of just drawings, just doing stuff, and just voice work, and you're like, what is going on here? And then you don't really get anything for another like 5 or 6 years until the next season comes out. I think the next season. Next season? No, because the first season's 26 episodes, and then I think until the movie comes out. Then the movie comes out, and the movie finishes where the season's messed up. And so, like this budgeting thing, though, like I don't know. It's the same thing like where we started off with UFC and CBS, where they spend an egregious amount in the beginning, and I don't know if it's because there's not their money, and then when you have content creators actually doing something they're actually passionate about, they're like, what's the minimum amount I can spend on something? And like, I would like to receive it. Like one thing I've been waiting on for the longest time, the YouTube channel Bat in the Sun, they made a movie called Legend of the White Dragon with JDF, Jason David Frank, before he killed himself. And that was supposed to come out last year in December. And they said,
Oh, I've been wondering why didn't they release it? Because wasn't it basically done?
So one reason was that they wanted to give time. They talked a bunch about it. They wanted to give cool down time for his death. Right.
Obviously.
One time. Very
So
respectful.
it's gonna be released.
Right. Yeah, they announced, I don't know if a couple months ago they said, yeah, it's gonna be released this year. But they've said that in the past, so I don't believe them at all.
Yeah, I feel like they lost all momentum on it.
The secondary portion is the script was written for 2 movies. So they had to edit certain parts in there so that you wouldn't feel like you were losing out, because they said they are not going to recast. Yeah, they're not going to recast at all.
You just got to kill him, man. Or kill him, or no, or do like a Paul Walker, like let him off in the sunset kind of thing.
And Bat in the Sun does tons of beatdown videos that are very, very high quality, and they're using very small studios. Maybe an episode costs $10,000 after CG and stuff like that, and rendering or whatnot. So like that might be really high for a YouTube episode, right? But if you're getting 2-3 million people looking at it immediately, you make it back real quick. Right. But the thing is that those are like passion projects, though, that now have made the money. So like they have avenues to do stuff. I don't know what it is about Hollywood, and they just have like really stupid concepts of where to spend money. In my opinion, Apple has actually been renovating this space, because when they're doing their warehouses with the 8K screens and how they film.
Oh. Okay.
Because so they're finding ways to do way more expansive environments with far less equipment or whatever. I'm not saying bringing in AI and doing a bunch of generated stuff. Like they're using the tools to make the filming aspect of it cheaper, which allows them to do more with the same amount of dollars. Right? Like in my opinion, Apple's making a lot of strides when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Other places just, I feel like they just don't care. And then they come out with these movies, whatever. They're just like, oh, well, nobody likes original movies anymore. I was like, okay, so then why are we talking about this guy's fake eye for like 5 seconds every 10 minutes? Is like his whole identity that he can't see out of his eye, or is his identity he's basically a handicapped kid who becomes the arbiter for a planet that doesn't deserve him? Which one is the plot?
Interesting.
Right? Like if you want good writing, you get good writing. It's the Sony to Marvel equation. Sony has absolute trash writers, right? Which is why all of the movies borderline suck. People just go to them for like the Adam Sandler's, the Will Smith, the 007, which is now owned by MGM, which was purchased by Prime or Amazon. So they don't own 007. But like
Hey,
those
boy,
used to be their
I got to
Sony
pee real quick.
distribution network used to be their cash cow, which was 007, Will Smith, and Adam Sandler. Those are cash cows, right? So you go for those people. You don't really go for the movies per se. So it's like Sony has trash writers. They do, at least in my opinion. They just have trash writers, right? And
Have or had?
have. Now, the only thing where I'm not sure who's doing the writing for them, because I don't think it's Sony,
Is Miles.
Miles, right? Also, but Sony Animation has been killing it. Yeah, you weren't on the episode when I was with Coda talking about it. Sony Animation did K-pop Demon Hunters. Sony Animation
I didn't know it was them.
Yep. Sony Animation
And then Goat.
did Miles. Sony Animation did Raw Dragon, I think it was, or Wish Dragon on Netflix. And then I also found out that Sony and Netflix did a deal during COVID so that Netflix gets priority for all of Sony's streaming movies.
Yes, that because the K-pop one you just mentioned is on Netflix right now.
So they did this deal during COVID when everything was uncertain. And this is going to be the biggest come up Netflix is going to have.
That is, yeah. I was just gonna say, what a snag.
Because almost every single movie that Sony Animation is putting out is funny. It's good to watch. It's family oriented, or you can watch it with your family without worrying too much about like suggested themes and things like that. The Disney effect, which doesn't seem to be a case anymore. And like they're making out like bandits on it, kind of thing. But I don't think Sony is doing the writing for those movies.
Got it.
And when I was looking at the contract, exactly, was looking at the contract, Netflix owns the rights to pursue sequels, and Sony has the ability to do it like post a really long time, if I read it correctly. So Sony has trash writers. They just have trash writers. Except for yeah, but I don't think they're writing them though. I don't think the anime. I think Sony Animation is just doing the animation, so and they're just outsourcing the writing.
That's fair.
Because with no, those are all Marvel. All the Spider-Man movies are Marvel movies, right? They're not Sony movies, right?
No, they're Sony.
Are they?
But it's exactly your same point. They're Disney written. This one with Miles, the new one with Tom Holland. This one is Sony.
Son of a,
that was a big deal. Yep, that's what I'm saying. So they have the right to Tom Holland. They use Tom Holland. Disney can still advertise and show it, but this is a Sony movie. This new Spider-Man that's going to come out.
If this movie sucks, remember this conversation.
Yep. No, that's the big conversation. And there was you didn't hear the whole meme about how like when Tom Holland came out, they're like, no, that's not my Spider-Man, because they showed the Sony thing first, and then Tom Holland walked out and was like, no, that's not Tobey Maguire, because everyone was expecting, because it went back to Sony, it was supposed to go back to Tobey.
So I'm scared. I have faith, man. I have faith.
Bro, they set the table perfectly in the last one, bro. They can't fumble. There's no way they can.
Don't say they can't fumble.
I know.
Did you not watch Spider-Man 3 with Tobey? You know how much a walk in the park that movie should have been? Because they borderline
the casting of what's her face though, of Spider Girl or whatever her name is, because it's not Gwen, or is it Gwen? Maybe it is. No, I don't think it's Gwen. But they casted Homer from no, I think that let me double check. But it's I know it's Sadie Sink. She's from
Sadie Sink. Yeah,
Stranger Things.
Okay,
redhead girl that was she's gonna be in that song.
As what?
Yeah, she got casted. I like that casting because I think she's dope. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now. Sadie Sink.
Don't we not know yet?
I thought they said Spider Girl. I don't think it's Gwen.
Spider Girl.
Has been casted. Oh yeah, they don't. She is portraying Mayday Parker, the daughter of Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Oh no, No. So it's rumors. So these are all rumors. They don't know. She's just been cast in the Spider-Man movie. We don't know who she's playing.
Interesting. Yeah.
So like the rumors are that she's Mayday Parker, which would be far because Mayday is the one that's in Spider-Man. Yeah. I just thought of into Spider-Man. Her, Gwen Stacy, or new original character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's so crazy. This is a Sony-driven movie, but it's still part of the Marvel Universe. The Sony aspect just makes no sense to me, bro.
Because Sony takes themselves too seriously. They're just dummies.
But how do we keep our money?
Sony has always
you can't have
Morbin time.
Right.
No, you can't have Miles because that's our money.
No, it can still be your money,
bro.
I will trade you Morbius and Venom. Only with the ambient over his face. You cannot show.
You got too greedy. Now you get Craven. No Venom.
Yeah. No Venom.
Oh. Because
Sony's so stupid, bro.
Yeah, because that third movie, basically Spider-Man, what's the last one? Far From Home? Or No Way Home?
No Way Home.
No Way Home?
You're right, No Way Home.
No Way Home is borderline half of the plot from Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire and Sandman. And they just had it in better packaging.
I guess. Thank you. Peace and love. Spider-Man 3, I know
trash.
it has its moments. It's memeable. It was
trash.
not that great.
No, it's
1
trash.
and 2 were solid.
But
It's a great fun watch, though.
Right. It's a fun.
It's just trash.
But you can tell they mailed it in that movie, bro. Yeah.
And so this with Holland or whatnot, they took a lot of those elements and plot lines, put them in the movie, jazzed it up, made it better. You know why? Because they have better writers.
Correct. I have faith though, man. I feel like I don't see them messing this up. The biggest issue that people have with Tom's, and I have the same issue with him too, is that he just doesn't. He feels like Spider-Man, but we still need to see him, I guess, be like Spider-Man in New York, in the trenches, with people talking to the people on the street. Like the smallest scene where, just like, I feel like Andrew's probably portrayed that the best to me personally.
You want I have a rebuttal to that.
Shoot.
What?
I think it's because of Miles Morales, because they want Miles Morales to be the street king.
They do.
So I think that they stray away from him being like the, helping the cats out of the tree kind of thing for this Spider-Man, because Miles is supposed to be the street king. Like he is the Spider-Man of the streets. I know that's specifically supposed to be Brooklyn, but I think Miles's thing is just like the general New York situation, while Spider-Man does all the extraterrestrial.
He does everything, but my problem is we didn't even get a chance to see him just do that though at all. That's the only thing, because I'm just not a big fan that he got chucked immediately into like everything. Like,
no,
just
well,
like
then talk to Tony. Don't be mad at Tony for being a great scout, bro. Tony, you mad at Tony because he does his homework, bro? He had great scouting team, bro.
Yeah,
he's
100%.
No, we're not letting him.
I definitely. I just think we need
college. Put him into the pros.
No college. I just think we need a movie like that.
Who else did Iron Man scout?
And I think
doesn't need to, bro.
Okay, fair enough. If you scout Jordan, do you need anybody else?
Yeah, because he trained up Rhodey himself.
Yeah,
I mean technically Rhodey
best friend too. Yeah,
all the time.
Vision, he made him. So
yeah,
you're right.
He made. You asked me. Sorry, yeah, I totally forgot. He just made Vision. That's true.
Black Panther just he didn't scout.
He just made
Black
Vision.
Black Panther was that free agency signing that he got lucky just because they have similar goals.
Yep. And that whole movie, man, Black Panther was really not even rocking with him.
No, he wasn't. I don't care what anyone says.
He wasn't.
Black Panther in that movie was my favorite. He did not give a fuck.
No.
You killed my dad.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't care about this team. I don't care about that. You killed my father.
You killed my father.
I don't care about this team, that team.
Oh my gosh.
That running scene, bro. Nah, bro. I don't
that
care.
running scene's elite.
Did not give a bro. Had probably about 10 lines that whole movie.
That whole running scene was sick too, and then like the small detail of like when they all jump down
and then it shows him jumping, and there's just no sound when he lands.
Yeah, done. It's the cat, bro. Yeah,
yeah. That whole yeah.
Yep, Sony. Yeah, you're right. Sony. This is their chance. But again, though, I think it's just like you were mentioning with the animated side of things.
Yeah.
I think this is Sony taking credit for other beings because Jon Favreau is still a big role in this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if he is directing, but Jon Favreau is he's still playing a big role in this movie. So it's gonna be Sony taking credit for someone else's work.
Is
again.
Is Favreau or Russo the Happy Hogan?
Favreau.
Favreau, okay.
And we're getting the Punisher too in this movie, which I'm also
man. John
really
Barrett, that's my guy, bro. I need to watch Punisher.
Spider-Man get the dodge bullets. That's all I care about. I want, and I hate it because I don't think we'll ever get it again. But I want them to redo, because who's Spider-Man's like biggest villain? Besides, it's
Green Goblin.
It's Green Goblin, and
was right.
What's the fat guy?
The Sinister Six, man.
Or
Kingpin.
Kingpin. But the Sinister Six, I would feel.
Is there anybody else that's his like Joker? It's just
Doc Ock.
Doc Ock, yeah.
He's also in the Sinister Six, though. But
just going off of the animated series, Green Goblin was his Joker.
That's his Joker, right?
Yeah, Green Goblin.
Sure.
Yeah,
because the thing is,
his Joker. I don't know how
he fought Toby's Green Goblin. He never had his own.
Yeah. Well,
right.
Well, it's
the
all canon now.
Well,
no, I guess
end
not.
up being Ned, most likely.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. Could you imagine he lose weight, he gets shredded, he could turn to the Hobgoblin?
I'm sorry, bro.
So
I love to see it.
Him as a Green Goblin, I'm like, no, please do.
Ned, no.
So
now, if they had Zendaya do
and Killer,
or maybe we get Prowler as an enemy.
No, look,
hold on. Let me finish this.
Prowler has become one of my favorite villains, bro.
I love Prowler.
Hank is oh my god, Uncle. Oh,
but maybe
Uncle
we
Aaron.
get Prowler as a villain, and that's how we get introduced to Miles at the end of the movie.
So that's
we already got introduced to the Prowler in the MCU, though,
and he's canon. Charles Gambino, that they made it.
Oh yeah, because he's dressed as him
Prowler,
in some.
Yeah.
What movie is he dressed as the Prowler?
No, he's Prowler in Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the
That's
Spider-Verse
him.
is actually there, yeah.
So, but I mean, maybe you'll get him as the villain, though.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the movie, you'll actually get to see, like, Miles.
Has he ever talked or had anything with the Prowler before?
No, that's all Miles.
Prowler,
that's
no.
all Miles.
No, it's only Miles.
That's why I'm saying it'd be interesting if he's a part of it, because Prowler's
that'd be
dope.
Cool.
Yeah.
So sick,
Yeah, Prowler's dope.
That'd be cool. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Because they finally mentioned Miles, the kid from Brooklyn, right? That you have to meet. That's how they mentioned him, right? So he's in the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said probably said that he had a net, or he didn't want like the drugs.
I remember that
around
part,
because he has a nephew.
Yeah.
No, that's sick.
It could be lit. They could do it. I take it back.
Maybe that's why we had to sacrifice this movie being Sony. This is how we get them in there. This is how we get them in. Sony, we're not dealing with the smart. They only know how to deal with technology. When it comes to creative stuff, they don't quite get it.
They don't. Their software's always been trash. Building things has been great. The cameras, the projectors are trash too.
Because I think they signed them for 3 more movies, but there's Sony. Damn. Do your thing. I'll get back with the details. Give me a second.
But yeah, no, they've been innovators in the hardware space, but when it comes to software and anything that runs the stuff, they're just not good. Honestly, they came out with they tried to be incognito about it on a CES, a Consumer Electronics show, years ago. They came out with a car, right? And this car, hold on. This car rolls out, and everyone is thinking, did Sony partner with Apple? to finally get the Apple car, right? So it comes out, it has all these cool features and whatnot. And Sony's like, hey, this is going to be our platform that we really show experimental stuff that can end up in phones, that can end up in everything, yada, yada, yada. Here's what it is. Okay, they show this car, they move on. It comes back, I think that next year or a year afterwards or whatnot. And same thing, the car comes out, be like, we didn't hear anything about Apple. What is Sony doing? And Sony brings up this is going to be just like, because Tesla's now getting big. This is going to be just like Tesla. We're going to have over-the-air updates. They try and show one of these stupid updates over Wi-Fi in an area that's known to have poor connectivity because of how many people using Wi-Fi during CES in Vegas, right? It bricks the car.
Yeah.
On the show floor. And they have to bring one of their guys out to come socket it, whatever, and get the update on it to fix it or whatnot. You could probably still find the article on The Verge. But it's just like, Sony, what are you doing, man? Why you don't need to build cars? Like, what are you doing?
But we have fridges.
Right? Like, stop it. Get help. But yeah, no, Sony's dumb. Honestly, they should just be the rich uncle who gives money to people. That's it. At this point.
Yes.
Because they have no creativity when it comes to certain things. Except Sony Animation. They're killing it. But at this point, I think they're just licensing the name Sony at this point. I don't even know if it's them that has to do anything. Did you find out?
Yes, I was waiting. I didn't want to cut you off. So it is not 3. It's 2. It's 2 movies. And what's it called? They have a tentative name, but it's not confirmed. And then also the Beyond the Spider-Verse movie that's dropping.
Okay.
But there's 2 live action Spider-Man movies that are for sure Sony and Tom Holland that are guaranteed.
And these are Sony.
They have the Spider-Man. So Sony properties are the 2 Tom Holland ones that are coming, one that's getting next year, and then there's supposed to be one 2028 or something like that, some crazy number. And then there's the Beyond the Spider-Verse. We know about that one, which is supposed to end the Miles Morales trilogy.
Yeah.
And then Spider-Man Noir that is already started filming. Remember Nicolas Cage?
Forgot about that one. I totally forgot about that one. Interesting.
So hopefully in that second Spider-Man movie, because the Spider-Verse done is going to be done with Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
So hopefully they now pivot and make the introduction to live action in that second live action Spider-Man movie.
They pivot to good movies.
And he actually goes beyond the Spider-Verse.
He literally, hopefully he literally goes beyond that.
Wouldn't that be crazy if in the Spider-Verse movie, though, they go to like a little live action scene and Tom Holland's in there?
So they can do that now. They couldn't do that before. Now that Tom Holland is officially part of the Sony, they could, I don't know if they will, they could do that.
Or like,
I love how the video game Peter Parker made an appearance.
Yeah.
Literally.
But so you never know.
So good.
But I don't think they're going to be doing as much universe jumping.
Yeah, I think they're going to keep that to a minimum because I think it was cool the first couple times, but now if they do it,
it's going to be minimal because
it'll be minimal, and I think it'll be either be like in the beginning, a middle, or end kind of thing, where it's just like, these are where these people are from. Now we don't care anymore.
Yeah, because they're going to have to because Miles met Miles. That's not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So anomalies meaning anomalies. So it's gonna be connected some way where Miguel's gonna have to fix it. But I'm excited, bro. I'm so excited, bro. That's to this day. I know you liked it, but you weren't happy that it was like a bridge movie.
Yeah.
Bro, to this day, that moment of first seeing like that when I realized, like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Miles is Prowler. Like that is forever gonna be one of my favorite moments. Just that realization. Because I'm just
line, what is the line? The line is when everyone keeps telling me how I'm supposed to do my own thing. Oh no, everyone keeps telling me how I'm supposed to live or whatever. Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. I was like, oh my gosh, bars.
And that
My
movie,
favorite part of that movie to me was still realizing when he was in the wrong universe.
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
to me, that freaked me out because I was like, oh no, this
Yeah.
movie's nowhere. He's
yeah,
stuck.
because that was right before. Then you realize, oh shit, that
Yeah.
mile
Is the right?
is the
Yeah,
But yeah, when you like realize that which Brooklyn
movie's
you're
great.
in, I'm like, oh,
That movie's great.
Yeah, both 1 and 2 are both. I
Yeah,
can
no,
rewatch
we
it
watched
over and
it.
over.
We watched the movie Thursday, and we watched it at home. Like it was really good. It was
Yeah,
really
I
good.
need to see the third one in theaters.
Yeah.
I will.
I
will go great.
So let's end off with these last two things. The picks and the icks only have it should be pick and ick because there's only 2 things. Uncle Trumpy, he ordered 800 National Guard troops to DC
Agent Orange.
to address rising crime rates. It remains unclear if the troops will be armed. Now, I say that to say this. If they are not armed, what are they going to be helping with? What are these crimes they're going to be looking for? Is a crime how messy my house is? Does that count? Can I bring these people in? Can I?
Am I tripping?
Can I hire these people as mates?
Did Trump not say on January 6th too that he doesn't have the power to set off the military also in DC in that scenario?
I won't lie. I don't pay attention to what he says anymore.
I don't blame you, brother.
So like,
you're right. I need to get back on that wave.
One of my favorite things that he will say in like conferences, whatever, it's gonna be the best. Right? No, right? No one's ever done it before. I was like, if I had a hype man, it would have to be some person like him. Where
is the greatest bridge truly a good bridge?
Right,
brother.
It's like you'll never see another one ever again. Right?
Sketch got the same voice as the guy and makes a lot better decisions, but I'll take Sketch instead.
So I was laughing at this one or whatnot because the whole crime rate, bad thing, clean it up, blah blah blah. I think everybody's on the same page on that one. But when I saw they weren't armed, I was like, so what kind of crimes are we dealing with here? Are we picking up trash? Are the citizens going to get to use this National Guard? Be like, my cat's in the tree. Can you help me, please?
So my thing is, I'm here. Like, what crime is he talking about?
DC has a pretty high crime rate.
What is so bad in Washington they're talking about?
DC has a pretty bad crime rate. Like a pretty bad crime rate.
So what are these buddies here with no weapons going to do, Bob?
Which is why I'm saying what crimes.
You stop it.
And I think that's allegedly. I don't know if that's confirmed. They don't have weapons. However, that's why I was saying, like, can I just commandeer these people? Be like, yo, there's been a crime spree in my kitchen for the last 2 weeks. I need you to help. I need you to help dismiss these dishes. Right? My boy be doing just mad, just doing the dishes or whatever kind of thing. I went to the force of this kind of thing. So I thought that was I thought it was interesting. I was like, I don't know how you dispatch criminals when you ain't got no weapons. That's like dispatching 101.
They're just beating the brakes off these dudes with their bare hands.
You might have to, bro, or like
boxing
a bottle he found in the in the park, whatever. It's a plastic bottle, just an empty one too, not even full, just an empty plastic bottle, just hitting somebody in the face with it, kind of thing. I was like, dang, man. I'm like, all right, Uncle Trumpy, it's gonna be the best, right? The best of all time. And then
truly a really good troop. One of the best.
And then this last one I thought was really, really funny. A woman donated her daughter's pony to a zoo to feed the lions. This woman received criticism after she revealed that she donated her daughter's pony to a zoo so it could be devoured by lion parents. My bad. So it could be devoured by lions.
And then the zoo took it?
Hold on. And then I added on there, parents always threaten these things, but this one actually did it.
Wait, but I thought. Wait. Oh, I have so many questions.
But Danny, they took the horse.
The zoo's like, oh, thanks. So there's a little bit more to the story, but yeah.
Wait, but I thought you said that the kid donated. Like this was the kid's idea. So the parents just took him from her.
So the actual whole story. This is just the headline, right? And that's what grabbed my attention. Of course, they did a very good job. They clickbaited me hard on this one. So basically,
it's not gonna be worth it.
The pony was dying.
Ah, okay.
Right? But it doesn't make the story sound as good when you find that out, right? So the pony was either going to be euthanized or just die of natural causes. So the mom, I guess the mom was in contact with the zoo or whatever. It was like, hey, natural select, you just feed it. You can euthanize and just feed it, whatever, chop it up in bits and feed it to the lions. And the daughter was like, okay, cool, that's fine, or whatever. And so they drugged it, killed it, and then fed it out as meat.
So basically, you monster is what I'm hearing right now is that this poor family had a horse that was dying, and on their last thought, they were like, how can we at least let this horse do something positive for some other animals here?
Yeah.
But you made it seem like her daughter just forgot to clean her room.
Right,
she said, that's it for Seabiscuit. We're done.
All right, hold on. To be fair, I didn't write this article, okay?
You want Seabiscuit to get eaten by lions?
That's the first thing I thought of.
Clean up your room.
Like, parents always threaten to do wild stuff, and this one actually did it.
That's it. Get in the car. They're going to watch.
Right?
You're gonna
watch. Wow. But yeah, no. So I was like, this is hilarious. This mom just took this and just probably shot it in the face and be like, yo, you got fat dinner tonight.
Bro.
But
man, you gotta even though it's wounded, I was gonna go dark. Never mind.
But Pony was he thought he was gonna do it like what was that fat guy in Walking Dead? Was it Cletus? Whatever his name was? No, is it Sean? Who does Punisher play in Walking Dead? Shane. He shoots him Otis. There we go. He shoots him in the leg and just runs off. And then zombies just
No, I wasn't even gonna shoot him. I was literally just gonna open the gate and just let the horse wander on in.
You know, take his course, bro.
No skin off my bones,
bro. The tiger was gonna die anyway. He was gonna die anyway. You don't think so? Bro.
And then just turn off the security cameras, you know what I mean?
Turn off the security cameras.
No skin off my bones, man.
Oh, man.
I don't know he got in there. I don't know.
But, sorry. So that's it. That's the end of the show today, guys. Thanks for joining. Thanks for the conversation. What are your socials, CK? If I want to follow you.
Everything
CK2K. What are your socials, Coda, for everyone to follow you?
Coda the Dreamer everywhere.
Coda the Dreamer everywhere. All right, it's been fun. Holla. Goodbye. Bro, I am so tired. Oh man. All right, people. That's the show.